Kamala lost because she's a woman and stuff. Like, it's not true.
Wow. 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 He did it. He did it.
So Jason Tatum cue.
Wait. Who here is shocked?
A bit.
I was shocked yesterday, but bro,
okay. No, let me say this right there. I am not shocked he won. I'm like, wow. I'm shocked he won the popular vote.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the one that really shocks me.
I'm actually not shocked he won the popular. I'm not shocked he won the popular vote.
Okay. Explain how you were shocked that he didn't win the popular vote. Something that has not happened since 2004. So how are you not shocked he didn't win the popular vote? Trump.
Okay, so I mean, really, what it comes down to is the political strategy of the Democratic Party. The fact that they left it late to swap out Biden for Kamala and to expect her to gain up momentum. It was already, to me, like, you know how you were saying it's doy that Trump won. I think it would have been doy if Kamala won because she had less time. She had less time. Here's the thing: she had less time to prep. She had to follow on after like Biden. Most elections
Okay. Man. Let's be real, because hindsight is 2020. Let's keep it a stack. Are you saying that if Kamala Harris won the presidency, we would say, wow, she achieved doy? Really?
I actually would because Trump. Because the thing with Trump, you got to understand something too with like the U.S. Like all these people who live in middle America. You go to Wisconsin. You go to towns in Wisconsin. You go to towns in Ohio. You go to places in like Iowa or Idaho or like Arizona or like certain parts of Arizona.
Dude was a convicted felon, bro. The guy had charges. He still has charges.
People don't care about you.
No. It's easy to say that now. But before the election and everything, we were trying to say that, bro, this guy, insurrection tax, charges tax, grab my PUSSY tax, all this kind of stuff. And Kamala Harris, you are the VP of Income. Now, look, this is what we said. Remember what we said on the live show? These are both garbage candidates. They're both garbage. Both of them are crap. So I actually feel sorry for Americans where this is the choice that you have. Because
It's okay, bro.
No, that's true. No, because let's keep it real. Kamala Harris, you're not voting for Kamala Harris, you're voting against Trump. There is nothing Kamala Harris has provided that like, man, I'm really excited to vote for her. No. So, but my thing though is that her advantage was that you're riding off the coattails of that basically that you're riding off the coattails of Biden. But look, wait, hold on. Let me go to Barry. So Barry, so you're saying that you were not shocked by the result?
No. I was not shocked that he won. I was shocked of the margin. It's going to be a clean sweep, right? They won the popular vote. They won the House and the Senate also. Did they?
Well, I think they are leading in the House.
Okay, the House is undetermined. There's some really tight races.
I know, but they're winning right now. But
AJ, also a question: do you have the exit poll data pulled? Because I think that's also important to go through as well.
Hold on. You can pull. You mean like by how people voted by the demographic? Yeah. I'll bring that. Okay. Barry, go for it. Barry, continue.
Basically, it's going to be a big sweep. And also, look, let's be real. Trump was the underdog. The guy had charges. Yes. He's still facing them. He's still a criminal.
And also, the boy said, as a president, he can pretty much just use an executive order and say, piss off.
He was getting cooked on CNN, Fox, all these platforms in America. He was getting.
He wasn't getting cooked on Fox though. Fox doesn't cook Trump.
Oh no, but when you look at MSNBC, CNN, ABC, a lot of these guys, they're all
they were never going to. Can we talk about Van Jones, man? This guy was actually crying on live television.
Look, the guy's a clown. But continue, Barry. And to come to Delta, Barry.
Yeah, but the odds were stacked against him. And despite of that, he won by a big margin. So I'm shocked by the margin, but not the fact that he won.
No, but you know this because this is what I was saying on my video, is that the Democrats are bricks. you are completely responsible because it's like it is your job to understand what does the nation want. Because if you were not ignorant of your nation and you're what your nation wants, the moment that Biden steps down, anything to do with Biden, nah, bro, start something completely anew. Because the issue
you're lying. The pulse of the nation was cold. I can't lie. That was a cold line.
but it's facts. So because the Democrats failed to feel the pulse of the nation, and the pulse of the nation was that these 4 years we are unhappy. So anything to do with Biden, which includes Kamala Harris, we don't want. So you needed something completely new and an entirely new makeover.
I think another problem, that's a small part of, I think that's part of the problem, but I think a bigger part of the problem was that they were trying to out Republican the Republicans. They were trying to, because like, if you look at like the whole, all the messaging and stuff and like all of like the policies, they were talking about they were talking about the border bill they were trying to pass, which is basically something that the Republicans would do. And it's,
Hamza, ding, 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 ding. I remember this is what I said remember when we did the live show like before, I said the anti-Trump thing, it's a risk. Now you best be sure whether it's worth the gun, but you running, if that is your strategy, which it clearly was, that's a huge risk because let's be real. The Democrats was like, Trump is so bad, Trump is so bad, Trump is so bad. And you're just assuming that people will be like, man, even if things are bad, this guy is such a horrible person, I can't vote for this horrible person. So I'm just going to go with, I'd rather go with someone I don't really know rather than an evil that I know. Cool, but that's a risk. And the risk didn't pay off. SK. Hold on, SK.
Can I speak after SK?
To be fair though, like even when she tried to give out like specific plans she had for like specific groups, people kind of just labeled her as a panderer. And to your point, part of that is because the apathy was already there from the last 4 years. So even when she tried to like go beyond just anything but Trump like rhetoric, people just didn't really care to listen.
No, because I want to bring up. Wait, hold on, because it goes to my points of where Trump could easily say, well, you were there after 4 years. So the issue for the Democrats is you are so ignorant that a large part of your country's population were unhappy with these 4 years. If you were aware of the grievances, then you would know that the moment that Biden, because obviously, if Biden is fit to be president, then there's nothing you could do. The moment you do this guy cannot be fit to do, you have to do something completely new. Now, look, hold up. It's difficult. Biden is to blame. You spent so long and you waited so long to step down. There was such little time, but it's about Gid. It's all about Gid. Yes, it's a short period of time, but this is about winning a presidency. Biden, Harris, F off, piss off. We need something completely new.
Yeah, no. The other thing I was going to say to Hitman's point was the other mistake she made is she tried to appeal to a lot of the Republicans in terms of, like he said, with the border, kind of trying to trot out like Cheney and a lot of those like older Republicans. And it's like, bro, you're trying to appeal to a set of people that were never ever going to vote for you regardless. So it's like you trying to do this whole Republican light bipartisanship thing while also not having a strong, appeal base to the people that you actually need to on the liberal side. She was basically trying to do like pull too many directions and
it wasn't. Okay, so wait, hold on, because I've got to let everyone speak. So I'll come to AK afterwards. But you mentioned the poll. So okay, sorry, man. Let me just put it. I'm bringing it back in. Shout out to my Karens, man. The Karens said, "What's up?"
Look at black women, bro.
Yeah. Oh, come on. That was always going to happen. That was always going to happen. So listen, you know, black women were always going to come
black
through.
Women in America think he's a racist piece of shit.
No. But my thing though is the Karens. That is the thing that shocked me the most. Because I said that Kamala wins because of that whole reproductive rights, abortion, everything. So basically, that is what shocked me, that the whole abortion, reproductive rights, Roe versus Wade wasn't a massive swing. That says women.
You just have to look at the age. You just have to look at the age breakdown as well, because that would also show a different pattern as well in terms of.
All right, so hold on. AK, talk to me, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He won. She won. He did do it, but I feel like, bro, come on. This was for me more of a Kamala L than a Trump W. Like, yeah, Trump won, but I believe Trump got less popular votes than he did last election. I believe he got like 2 or 3 million less popular votes this election. But Kamala got like 15 million votes less. And I'm just going to give like I live in Michigan right now, of course. I go to Union, Michigan.
Okay.
And I voted in Michigan. And HH, did you know that Dearborn, Michigan has the largest population of Arab Americans proportionate to area in the United States?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
it's an 80% Dem stronghold. Harris did not win it.
So what happened there? What happened there?
Let me go through like personally Muslim American voters and Harris. Number one mistake she does. She endorses and brings Liz Cheney along with her for her rally. Keep in mind, Liz Cheney is the daughter of Dick Cheney, the guy who was responsible for killing 1.5 million Iraqis.
Yup.
Number two, she brings with her Bill Clinton. Do you know what Bill Clinton did?
Go on.
Bill Clinton told Palestinian Americans in Michigan at a rally, Palestinian Americans, we feel sorry for you, but you have to understand why your brothers and sisters are getting killed. You have to understand why your brothers are getting killed.
HH, do you have like the clips on this channel, bro?
No. I'm gonna start bringing the clips on this channel because they need to go on the channel. They need to migrate. So, AK,
one thing I was gonna bring up.
Wait, hold on. AK, keep going. AK.
HH, that itself, those two actions, along with far more, like the fact that she just didn't. Well, the Israel-Palestine thing is important in certain constituencies because you're literally asking for the vote of Palestinian Americans who make up a large population of the urban areas of Michigan. You're basically asking for their vote, and you saying that you are pro-Israel, you will still send weapons to Israel, and you're not gonna condemn what's happening in Israel. Then, like that itself gave you a back foot in Michigan and in the urban areas of Michigan where Biden, Obama, all these guys used to sweep. So on top of that, like it's the fact that Kamala, she was trying to appeal to the Republican neoconservative parts of America, and not even the neoconservatives, the neoliberal parts of America, rather than running on a leftist agenda. Why is Trump so popular? Because he's a populist that runs on a Republican agenda. So every Republican will vote for him either way. And even some of the center right will vote for him either way.
The problem is though, like I'm gonna have to counter that a little bit because one issue that's kind of like a lose-lose for like Democrats and liberals in the United States is that there's a significant amount of Jewish Americans and there's a significant amount of that. So they have to. So it was a lose-lose because what are you gonna do? Are you gonna alienate the Zionists, or are you gonna alienate the Palestinians? Because like you can't. You're not going to get a fit.
Well, AK, continue.
I think also, like, I think CNN, there was a CNN anchor that made this on, like, after it was revealed that Trump won. She's like, Bernie Sanders told us in 2016 that the Democrats had to focus on bread and butter issues rather than cultural politics. The Democrats are not a leftist party. They're a center-right party. So you're basically playing a center-right party against the Republican conservative party. Of course, people will vote for the Republicans rather than the fake Republicans.
Yeah.
The problem that the Democrats need, if anything they need, first of all, Kamala Harris should never be allowed to run in 2028.
Oh, no, never.
She's an embarrassment to the Democrat Party.
She won't make the primary.
But my thing, but see, the thing with Kamala Harris is that I can't. Okay, here's the thing. Timo Werner.
Yes.
He's a brick. So
yes.
I can't blame Timo Werner for being a brick. Do you know who I blame? The person who buys Timo Werner and plays him. A brick will always be a brick. So you can't really blame a brick for being a brick. You blame the manager or the people who choose him to be a brick. So my thing, therefore, the big thing is she already got destroyed by Tulsi Gabbard like years ago already. And she knows that she was just chosen to be VP. So the issue was Democrats, it was a bad move. I know you were in a tough position, but it was a bad move just giving her this platform to run as president when she didn't really earn it.
I mean, the thing that the Democrats need to do if you want to overthrow a Trump-style Republican government is you have to bring in someone with charisma,
another extreme.
Yeah, exactly. You need to bring in an extreme leftist view.
Yes.
Point. Some guy who's trying to say, bro, no Democrat candidate has ever proposed something like universal health care, universal education. You have to bring those type of views if you want to beat the current Republican state.
No, but because
they're afraid. The thing about it is,
wait,
the DNC is afraid of that.
They're undermining those type of candidates. Why did Hillary Clinton get the point over Bernie Sanders? Because Hillary Clinton is a career politician who listens to the DNC. Bernie Sanders won't listen to the DNC. You saw it by his address after Trump won.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is, bro.
So my thing is, hold on. Let me go to Delta. Delta, talk to me, man.
Like, you want me to say, like, if I was surprised that Trump won, or what?
Okay. Let me phrase it like this. What's probably the best for me to phrase it? So, how is it that a guy who led I just want to just tell him from the American viewpoint, a guy who incited an insurrection, very unpopular, mainstream media, went through a conviction of a felon, whether it's real or not, you went through that whole process.
Yeah, and he was arrested.
What do you think was the thinking as to, because the key thing what I want to Delta is, I get the whole electoral college, it's that popular vote. How, despite all of these perceptions, did he win that popular vote? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, before I would go between 2020 and 2024, I want to say this about Kamala. Dude, the fact that she was on live television and they asked her what she would change during that Biden term, she said she would absolutely change nothing.
Well, yeah, I think so much that's on The View. Yeah. I mean, what do you want? Yeah.
That alone pretty much sums up her entire campaign. That alone puts her campaign on a downfall that there was no way she was gonna win.
No, because Delta, sorry, because as I was watching it, I was saying, Kamala, okay, I get Trump is the devil. He's Satan. He's Lucifer's third grandchild. Cool. What are you going to provide? What is it that you're providing? If all you're saying is Trump is bad, I'm sorry, that's not enough for me to go out and vote for you.
And she bought out chicks like a Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B to convince.
Hold on. We'll get to celebrities because I want to talk about how brick celebrities are. But sorry, Delta, continue. Delta.
Yeah, and the fact that it was about Trump, and the other thing was about abortion, and that's literally the only two things that she brought up. But I also want to go back to 2020, and I want to say this: if let's say Trump did win in 2020, he still would have had a Democratic House and Senate, which means more impeachment, no Senate confirmation, no bill passed. And now we're talking about in 2024, he has the House, he has the Senate, he has the Supreme Court, the popular vote, basically this would work out so much better for Republicans that he's now president. Because if it was in 2021, if he became president back in 2020, he wouldn't be able to pass these laws, such as if he wants to clean up the election, close the borders, deport the illegals, hold corrupt politicians accountable, all these kind of stuff. But I just want to look, everything. HH, I know you don't live here. I actually don't know where you live, HH. But
no one knows.
London, West London.
No, Delta. I live all around. Bossy, shout out to my uncle who lives in ATL though. Shout out to my uncle in ATL.
Now it looks like you're in a concrete mixer. So
I know. No, I'm on the moon. Currently, I'm on the moon, just doing some moon excavation. But yeah, Delta, continue. Delta.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
HH, everything begins on January 20th, 2025. This is when the whole thing if Trump is gonna. I just want to know this thing about Trump, that he said he's gonna make the biggest deportation out of any country in any history of time of mankind. Do you know how much money that's gonna cost, HH? Like,
well, I mean, he ran on that. That's also the main thing. Delta, he's. I don't care much about it. He's going to do good. If that was one of your main campaign promises, people are going to hold you to it. So, I am fascinated to see how you're actually going to execute that. So,
right, and I'm honestly shocked. Like I get like how Republicans are talking about how their tax dollars is going to illegals and how they don't want that to continue. Blah blah blah. But you got to think about how much money it's going to take for. HH, I would say approximately 10 million illegals are in the US right now, 10, 15 million, probably even more than that if we're talking about before 2020. So this is obviously one thing that's going to take a lot of money. Another thing is that I want to, well, I just wanted to touch on the liberal meltdown. I don't know if you've seen HH, but
I watched the View, and someone told me Van Jones was crying, but
I just want to talk about Dan Jones just for a second. So this guy, right, HH, you know he's married to a white woman. Just to clarify that.
Yes.
The second thing is, this is all propaganda, HH, from him. He wants to make black people liberals. He wants to make African Americans liberals. When he was talking about, I'm trying not to laugh, but when he was talking about how black women are going to wake up in the morning and find out that Trump is president, they're going to feel some sort of discomfort and they're not going to live their daily life with comfort. And he's talking about the illegals. And he you know what he mentioned that was really fucked up? What? He mentioned like how parents of trans kids are going to live through this country. I'm trying. How parents of trans kids are going to live through this country.
What's the big focus on
Delta, that's a grown man. That's a grown man.
I mean, like the thing, but bro,
no. Look, Van Jones. Like I said, look, basically, put it this way. Like I told you, like I don't watch mainstream media and stuff and CNN is garbage because. And also, this goes whether it's CNN, whether it's Fox News. Like, the only one I watch is maybe Al Jazeera because they're maybe trying to give you news. But if it's Fox News or it's CNN, I don't watch those guys because everybody has an agenda. Everyone has an agenda.
I mean, like,
and also,
Fox News literally has a white supremacist.
But also take it from someone who I worked for a news company before, and our news stations, we tried to give you something that was a big thing, but still, our boss had an agenda. So there are certain things that he wants to do and wants to press guys. I mean, he was trying to be as impartial as possible, and the key thing is to be impartial. But specifically, platforms like CNN, they're not impartial. They're not. They have an agenda, which is wrong because the whole point of a news station is you have to be impartial. That's the whole point. But CNN are not. But yeah.
I also just want to go back to AK's point about how he was talking about Arab Americans and how they felt really discomfort with Kamala Harris. Listen, there's no other candidate that's more pro-Israel than Donald Trump. I mean, this guy moved his embassy to Jerusalem. There's been talks recently, if you didn't know, about a ceasefire between Hamas and Israel, but Hamas are making demands. It's not a complete ceasefire. There's still demands. They were talking about how they want East Jerusalem under their control without the Israeli occupation. Trump is never going to do that. Let's just take that out of the water. He's never going to give them Jerusalem. The fact that he has.
Wait, so he's never going to give who Jerusalem?
The Palestinians.
I
wanted to. Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. Delta, continue. I mean, what's that? Delta.
Yeah, and what really inspired me in a way that I find it very shocking, HH, is the fact that 80% of the Democrats, not 80% of the Democrats, 80% of the Jewish Democrats have fully voted for Kamala Harris, and only 20% of the Jewish voters are Republicans. So even though Trump is more pro-Israel than, say, Kamala, 80% of the Jewish Americans have voted for Kamala Harris rather than Donald Trump, which is strange to me. But it's also strange in the fact that AK was talking about Arab Americans and how they didn't like Kamala Harris. But if you look at their voting, it pretty much goes to Donald Trump. And there's no guy who's more pro-Israel than Donald Trump. And he's made that clear several times. He even said out in one of his speeches that Israel needs to finish the job, even though there's 50%.
So if that's true, then that means people. Can people then be angry at Kamala not being definitive in saying that I am going to have a different tax with regards to Gaza? Because if you're saying that Trump is even way more outwardly pro-Israel, that means the Gaza thing that was a non-issue. Because both guys are one and the same. I mean, so both candidates are one and the same.
Kind of was because they
Hold on,
both
yeah.
That was what it was.
votes away, wasn't
Wait,
it?
hold on, Delta.
They are, like, you're right on that. And we did say we're going to speak about foreign policy. Look, Kamala is pro-Israel. Biden is pro-Israel. Trump is pro-Israel. They're all of them. All candidates are pro-Israel. But there are some.
U.S. is pro-Israel.
Yeah, there are some who are more lenient towards the other. And I feel like with Trump, he's not going to give a chance in any way, shape, or form. He said he's going to stop the war, but Trump's words, what does it mean? What does that mean when you say you want to stop the war? Does that mean you're going to pretty much allow Israel to bomb the hell out of Gaza and kill pretty much I mean, they're doing it now, but nobody's stopping them.
Also, Delta, I don't have a crystal ball or anything, but I think Trump is going to be pretty much apathetic to what is happening within this. Why did Netanyahu? Keith, you have to understand. Netanyahu came out to congratulate him. Putin came out to congratulate him, which is why I say, like, the foreign policy. That's where we are all involved. Because there's one thing that's domestic, but with regards to Putin, Xi Jinping, and Netanyahu, that is where it gets interesting. And I do believe that Netanyahu knows that. Oh my gosh. I now have carte blanche to pretty much do whatever the heck I want. Because do you really believe Trump is going to do something to? Zelensky is screwed.
I know Zelensky congratulated Trump.
Yeah, because he's trying to placate. Because he knows he's
trying to get that $1 billion bag, man.
But the only thing,
hold on, Delta, and I'll get to Delta.
I just want to bring up one incident in that Gaza situation. There was a situation in Rafah, where the Israelis told the Palestinians to go into that humanitarian area for peace. And then 2 hours later, they bombed that area and lit everybody on fire. And that, for me, is when I stepped back a little bit and questioned the Israeli morality, in a sense. Because how can you tell somebody to go to that particular area where there's going to be peace and no bombs, but you're going to bomb that area 2 hours later? And the fact that Biden didn't even do anything to stop them from that to continue, you think
Delta, Biden can't give you a coherent sentence, bro. So, like, bro, the guy, he can hardly talk. Well, let me quickly get some Dubinsky's. I don't want to ask you guys, because let me quickly get some Dubinsky's. Shout out to Chainsaw. As a Brit, I'm not a fan of the cult like political movements. Race and gender might have played a role in the defeat. Most important is lack of education. And no, it's a bit more complex than that. That may have been a concept, but what did I say to Eska the stats? If the Democrats are dumb enough to say, oh my gosh, America's not ready for a female president, and America is racist because they don't want to hire an Indian black person, then you'll just continue to lose. Because that may be somewhat of an aspect, but as someone just said, the House, the Senate. So it's not just about Kamala. This is an indictment on you as an organization, because look at the Senate and look at the House. You are getting lubricated fully on all fronts. So this really is about, you have to realize what your nation is feeling. Because someone made a very good point, because I was watching someone say this, that this whole political stuff is not about policy. It's not really about facts. Perception is reality. And the key thing is this: emotions, emotions, emotions. How are my people feeling? And what is the right messaging that can get through to the emotions of my people? That is what is key. So this whole policy,
I want to jump in.
No, because that's how Hillary lost. Because Hillary was like, policy, this, facts. Another guy just yapping, facts. But people just felt that this Hillary career, you are part of the system, you are part of the whole thing. And Trump just made people feel that this is something different, something radical. Let me just do something that is away from the status quo. Feeling is the key. Hold on, let me get this to the Dubinsky. Shout out to you, bro, Ramesh. hold on, let me go through this. So shall I say, it's not complicated. Trump economy was good, but COVID happened. But Biden economy has been bad throughout. Kamala was going to be Biden's point. So
you can't just say COVID happened, but COVID happened a lot because of him.
Yeah, no, okay. Can I just ask an open question? And I think Mickey may have asked this before. So the economy being good, was that solely down to Trump, or was that a benefit of the residuals of Obama?
It was the residuals of Obama, because you got to remember that Obama's 2 terms, he spent that entire time basically trying to like recover from the financial crisis of 2008. And if you look at the trending of like how the economy was going throughout that, it basically was like going up. Then there was like a little like slowdown in like 2012, and then it went way up like towards the end. And then it like just poured. Then it just went right into like in the Trump's thing up until COVID, and then like fucking went down.
Okay, hold on. Let me go. So shout out to Ramesh again, real quick. The insurrectionist one, because the other side brought millions of illegals to cheat, banned voter ID, called people racist fascists when they are opposed. Trump is bad, but the other side is much worse.
Yeah, and the other
wait, hold on, Jujuman.
Yeah, the other thing, I think he was both like he's right, Hitman's right, and then I think the tax cuts also like made the economy like boom. And then the problem too with Biden is like he felt like a puppet because no one took him seriously. It's like he wasn't even in charge, and it's like it was just like someone put him there and he's being told instructions. And the other thing with Kamala too is like he didn't get there by meritocracy. So that's another thing that I think you're right, Double. It's like he was just put there and everyone was like, this is just another person that will be like Biden. So yeah. With this one, but I was afraid because I was like, man, if she wins, like. Oh boy, but
yeah. Wait. No, hold on. Jaden Alvarado, thank you for the dub. As a business and economic major, oh, well done, bro. Trump's economic plan could be disastrous. I know it remains to be seen, but if it goes bad, the world. You see, that's it.
Yeah. I hope it does. I can't wait for it.
He borrows a lot. Deficit.
This dude got on stage and said, "I have concepts of a plan." Okay, hold on. See, my thing is that I don't want to insult people. Guys, I'm a friend guy. Basically, call me HF, half friendly. My new name is HF, half friendly. But, let him cook me. No. But my thing is that, okay, the economy was much better under Trump. Cool. COVID happened. Guys, when I was living in the UK, I'm like, what the hell? How did the prices go up? We all suffered. Everybody in the world suffered through to COVID, and I felt it in buying daily groceries because the prices of everything went up. Everything got effed up, and you're adding to Ukraine and Russia, everything went up. So my thing though is, COVID happened. It was a reality that affected the entire world's economy, everyone in the world. So my thing is that this is not 2017 or 2018. We're in 2024 in a whole different world. Are you sure and positive that whatever his economic plan is, it is actually going to help to bolster the economy, or could it make it worse? You can't use what he did in 2017. It's a new world. So what is your concrete plan that will help to bolster the economy? And the fact that this guy did not give a plan, all it was that, things were better under me years ago in a different pre-COVID climate. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I think it's
hold on, Jujuman.
Yeah, I think it's the people had the lesser of two evils because one was like Biden is like these guys were like the COVID guys that were forcing everyone to threatening people that they will get fired if they don't get vaccinated, and then we found out it doesn't have any it's not like you will still get COVID even after that, and then look at the wars around the world. It's like I don't think there's a climate for just all these wars, and then every time they send billions. I was like, who's paying for this? And then when you have disaster in North Carolina, $750, but Zelensky here comes and takes billions, and it's like, who's it? Like, do we even have a voice? Like, do people even have a voice? It's just like, who's running this place?
That's crazy. Now this is crazy. David C. Your body, my choice forever trended after his win.
Shout out Nick Fuentes, man. Shout out Nick Fuentes.
Also, can I just say too, specifically about this sentiment specifically, because you know, part of the whole abortion ban is because of the white replacement. White people feeling like they're not getting their population up in time, right? The split between men and women, like politically, especially amongst like the white populace, if it keeps continuing like this, they're not gonna be forming families. Like, because this is crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, that got 22,000 likes on Twitter.
What you mean this sentence here?
This tweet, yeah, that tweet. And that was yesterday when I checked this.
I mean,
Nick Fuentes is a straight up white nationalist, bro.
David, see, several states report racist text messages after win. Jesus, wow.
Yeah, so there was a lot of.
It's going to get interesting. We'll shout out to your boy Wing because I ended. Okay, all right, thank you, bro. So can I just ask? I want just to ask something to you guys. Let's talk war because this was just Trump winning, and anyone can jump in. I'm just present it to you guys. And shout out to everyone in the streets. Remember, guys, like the video, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, guys, hit the like button, guys. So let me just present something to the panel, to the streets. So the idea is Trump will come and there'll be peace because when Trump was around, there was all peace. So here's my question. Would Putin have invaded Ukraine if Trump had a second term? And did Putin only invade Ukraine because Trump left?
I think
basically riddle me that. That's and again, I'm just asking the question. Because I saying that Putin only invaded Ukraine because Trump was not around, and if Trump had a second term, would Putin still have invaded Ukraine?
I think he would have done it, but Trump would have just let him happen. And like basically he would have done it, but Trump wouldn't have really pushed back that much on it.
It'd have been a repeat of 2014.
Yeah, exactly. And
it would have been a repeat of 2014.
Hold on, SK.
Well, because I think he would have let him do it. I don't think he would have pushed back as much. And I think because obviously I think when it comes to the American populace, if they're not feeling the effects of whatever is going on like in the world, then people are gonna care. So if Trump lets him like invade Ukraine and just doesn't put that much focus into it, then I just don't think it's going to really like live in the people's memories that much. Okay,
so hold on. I'm gonna come to Tower Irons. Talk to me. So do you think this 4 years will be a lot more peaceful under Trump, less wars, or we're saying World War 3 or 4?
Of course, it's going to be less wars. I mean, there's already wars. There's not really too many more you can add. It's going to be less by default anyway. They have to come to some kind of conclusion. I mean, even with your previous question, like if Trump is still in power, bro, like Abramovich would still own Chelsea. Like that's what's happening here, bro. Because
don't remind me. Chelsea, man.
Because like let's be real. Right?
Wait, hold on. Let him cook.
No, Putin waited for a reason. All right. He could have started that invasion at any point in time, but he waited until old mate was gone, and that's why we don't have our Chelsea anymore. So let's just be honest, man. This is what it is, man.
But let me ask you this. Okay, so Taran,
is somebody in the military on the inside.
Wait. Okay, so again, I'll come to him. So Taran, what do you think a Trump 4 years is going to look like personally for you? Do you think it'll be better, worse, worldwide, globally?
Look, globally, let me put this into perspective, right?
Okay, cool.
Like I think people are too obsessed with politics. Like this is why there's such a disillusionment between the general population and the political population. Like most people are not going to be impacted directly by these things. Like the reason abortion isn't a good thing to run off of is because most men and women want to start families. They weren't getting abortions anyway. Like that's not a major issue for these people. They care about having homes, building their families, getting jobs, feeding their kids. They don't care about sending $8 billion to Ukraine. They don't care about if some college student can have an abortion after getting ran through by 10 dudes. They don't care about none of that stuff. They just want to raise their family. Like, that's all it is at the end of the day. And I think that Trump will probably just let them get back to that, and then no one will care.
No. Actually, no. Aaron's makes he makes a very interesting point. So, because that's his interesting because you bring up the whole abortion thing, and then my thing is that oh my gosh, woman, and also abortion is very touchable. I'll get that. But again, that can appeal to women and everything. But then think about it: does abortion appeal to every woman? If I know when to wear birth control protection. And I know when I want to have a baby, and abortion isn't even an issue based on how I live my life. So a lot of people are like, wait a minute, this doesn't affect me. No, I get that this may be a thing of what women want to do, but if you have to realize this, and I think this is the key thing to and it happens to any country, not just America. How does this affect me? The biggest mistake people make is assuming everyone cares about, what does this mean for women? All Black people, all transgender people, all poor people. People's first priority is, how does this affect me, my family, my community first? Then everything else. So as Tyrone just said, the abortion thing, as we saw from the numbers, not all women were on board. Hold on,
hold on.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I gotta stop you on that one, because the 2022 midterms literally was about like abortion, and people were thinking that like the House and Senate were both gonna go red during the 2022 midterms, and they literally flipped. Like the Senate literally flipped blue, because like people were like, it's gonna go red because everybody's pissed off about shit, and then like Roe v. Wade got removed, and then they won the Senate, and they barely won the House. Another thing too, also about the House and the Senate right now, is that I wouldn't call that a lubrication.
Wait, hold on. I mean, before we get to, I just stay on topic here. So to Aaron's, okay. I want to just go back to Aaron's, and I want to go to J2S, because I want to go to people who have not spoken. So to Aaron's, why do you think specifically white women were so much, when that vote went so Republican, when reproductive rights and Roe versus Wade was on the cards? How do you explain that?
It's very easy to explain. Okay, first of all, I'm not saying there's a lot of people that are unintelligent, but there's a lot of people on this planet that are unintelligent. Okay, women included, men included. White women don't care about getting abortions, bro. Like per capita, white women don't get abortions at the same rate as Black women, for example.
Well, just put it in Black women. Let's talk Latino women.
He's not wrong.
Well,
like this isn't.
Okay, hold up. I don't want to be rude, but does this also go for hillbillies as well and guys in the trailer park?
No, but that's
I'm just saying.
AK,
I said I didn't want to be rude, but continue. Tyrone, keep going.
Hillbillies and trailer park trash.
Hey, hold up! I didn't say trailer park trash. Relax. I just said trailer park. I didn't say wait. Let's just relax. Let's
What about cousin bashers?
No, J2S. No, I said no. No, but so you're saying that for a lot of white women, they're like abortion that because okay. Let me give you an example. Hold on, real quick.
Stop dancing around it.
Wait, hold on, real quick.
White women like to have husbands. They like to have children. That's why they don't.
You can't make that as a blanket statement.
Let me make my point.
Let me make my point. Let me make my point. So there was this massive thing. So it was Oprah and Kamala Harris, and this is a big thing about reproductive rights and abortion. So there were many women who had gone through where the abortion ban had affected them. And a lot of women who were giving testimonies were white. So obviously that's a small sample size. But what you can say is, hey, Black women get lots of abortions, white women only want to start families. That's crazy. That's insane. So you can't say that. White women get abortions. Okay, they do.
How many children does Kamala Harris have? Ask yourself that question. How many children?
That doesn't compute. Like, hold on.
So because of one woman. Okay, Terrence. How many? Wait, hold on, Terrence. How many kids does Jennifer Aniston have? How many kids does Jennifer Aniston have? How many kids does Jennifer Aniston have? Ask the question.
I don't think she can get pregnant.
Listen, it's perception. You see less Black women on TV, on television, unfortunately. Therefore, the ones that you do see will create the larger narrative. It's about perception, HH. It's not that I want this to be the case, that I believe that.
But the thing is that you're not even talking anything that's true, though.
Hold on. You're not talking. Hold up, one at a time. Tyrone, finish your point. Finish your point.
Listen, the overall point is white women don't get abortions at the same rate as Black women, as Latino women. In fact, I think Latino women get at the least ratio out of all of them, but I'll have to double check that. It really just is that I just don't think abortion was a major issue for the general population at the end of the day. And people just care more about what's in their pockets. They care more about immigration, and they care more about feeling good, like they had something to do with Gaza not being nuked or something. That's about it, bro. Nothing else.
Hold on. J2S, talk to me. Trump in power. Your thoughts? Yeah. No. I want to go to J2S, KJ then, because I want everyone to have a chance to talk. J2S, talk to me.
I just have a couple of questions first. Is it true you don't need an ID to vote in the United States? Is it true?
In some states.
Criminal.
My Americans?
Criminal
I mean,
behavior.
I used my ID to
Yeah,
vote.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah, use
Yeah,
my
yeah.
use my
I went with my. I had to check my.
Hold on.
Okay,
Wait,
okay,
when I
but that's
voted?
okay.
Wait,
Just wait, just wait, just wait.
so you said some states. What are these states? Are they usually more red leaning or blue leaning?
Blue.
Okay. And another question is: are we allowed to pull up receipts on these
Yeah.
on this type of hangout?
I don't think so. Because I know that was affects me. So
here's what I think. I think Kamala doesn't.
Well,
I'm looking at it as no 2-1. I'm looking at that as a 2-1. I'm looking at it as a 2-1.
Jason, this is crazy.
1-0 Trump. Kamala to 1-1. Last few things she edges for it. So I mean, I think
I'm pretty sure it won't get the full election results won't come until Saturday.
Hey, AK, that's you.
So
No, but there's still the House is still waiting. There's still
Hey, no, AK,
Wait, no, he
you said about the debate election.
because I was in Geneva at the time, and that didn't come out for ages because there was like the recounts. 100%. Basically, everything that has happened, there won't be an official result on Tuesday. There won't be, because I can see that.
So I just want to put that there won't be a result.
You
on
said
Tuesday.
the same thing.
AK, I was listening to you because you're American. You influenced me. AK, you influenced me. So, Jason. So, okay, so look, I mean, so Percy, are you shocked and surprised by the result?
But
particularly the popular vote.
I'm a little bit because I'm from the UK, so I don't get to see all this stuff. But what we've been presented to in the UK is that Kamala was in front of the polls. Like they said, oh, it's tight, but Kamala's always edging it.
And also, no, Jay Swiss. See, why do we always pull us the bad receipts? Find the receipts where I said never listen to the polls. I kept saying that. Never listen to the polls. Never listen to the polls. And I always said the polls ignore those things. So that's I've always said that. Pull up that receipt where I said don't listen to the polls. Continue.
And I just find it crazy that a woman who is black and also Indian cannot pull in big votes from women and Indian people. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand it.
No, but I think someone said it before and this is again the demo bricks. As in 2024, running on using identity politics isn't a good thing to run on.
Yeah,
again, look at the votes.
Trash.
Was it?
It's trash when you're using polity identics. Like, what's the
No, because again, look at for Latino men and look at the whole thing of Latino men for Trump, blacks for Trump. So when you do that, you're insulting people's intelligence. When you're like, hey, like if you were in black. So I think that the assumption that she would get a whole bunch of minorities, that's being lazy. Which goes back to Kamala, what is your policy? But specifically, forget policy. That's the mistake. Just the key thing is that what is your message? You have to have a clear, concise message that you can run on and go with. Kamala, your message can't be Trump is the devil. That can't be a message for a W.
Like, it worked once in 2020 because don't forget, everyone was coming out of COVID, all the lockdowns, people are feeling angry, so you got that stuff. But people are forgetting the Democrats have been in power for the last 4 years and she's been vice president. And what have they done? I'm pretty sure there's a poll out there that she was voted one of the worst vice presidents in American history. And then you put her as the primary Democrat candidate. And it wasn't done for like primary elections. She didn't run against anyone. People are saying, oh, like who would have beaten Trump? I'm like, RFK Jr. is right there. Like, he would have pulled in some votes.
I don't think RFK Jr. wasn't popular with Democrats.
And now we're not gonna have fluoride.
Wait, hold on. Let me come to KJ. So KJ, talk to me, bro. Thoughts on Trumpinski? KJ?
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry.
I can hear you, but then you muted yourself.
Sorry. Okay, everyone. What's it called? I was a bit surprised that Trump ended up winning. I was a bit surprised by the margin by it. However, I did do some reading and I did also look at certain things. I think in the end, right, there was a particular tweet that someone talked about, and I think it sort of encapsulates everything about Trump and why he managed to win. Trump is like the living embodiment of what Americans love in the sense of money, power, and most importantly, the ability to get away with anything and sort of be untouchable. I think Trump is genuinely in any normal country, right? A president inciting a riot in parliament a president going through multiple trials, a president saying the things he says, right, would not even be considered, wouldn't even be considered as a viable option for.
No, KJ, sorry. That is why what he did is so incredible. The moment he incited that the whole thing on Capitol Hill and everything, I was like, oh, this guy, he never, the fact that he was even able to run despite all that was shocking enough. But the fact that we are here.
The thing is, this is the problem we have to understand though. America's unique to anywhere else in the world, right? Like, I live here. I can tell you that, like, there's really no dream that's too big. Like, I lived in England for about 6 years, right? And I'll tell you the big difference between England and America. I'm African. I spent most of my life in Africa. But I'll tell you the difference between England and America. In America, there's no dream that's actually too big. Like, you can't tell an American that you're not going to make it, or, like, it's bizarre, or you're being delusional, right? That's literally, right? They believe in... It's a problem for a lot of people here where they think they can be anything. But generally, people believe that, right?
Yeah.
In a country like England, it's like...
there's a ceiling. Classist, yes.
There's a ceiling, exactly. There's no such thing as sort of like, if you tell someone you want to be the richest man in the world, they're going to be like, well, mate, what do you want about? Right? You know what I mean? Like, in America,
because again, like, because my older brother, he basically lives between America and England and everything, and it's exactly what he said. Because he was like, because he's like in the film industry, like, he, like, in America, that he says the American dream, it is actually a real thing. Where, basically, I'll put it very simple. The Jay-Z story can't happen in England. Impossible. It's impossible. Because see, England is old country, America's new country. So in old country, something like a Jay-Z story, that can't happen because it's classes, there's too many barriers of entry, and there's still an old school mentality. But because America is new world, new country, you can have a rags to riches story like Jay-Z. So that's the difference there. So yeah.
They love that sort of rags to riches story, right? And another thing I'll tell you is that, like, if you look at some of the numbers, right, 60% of the electorate that voted do not have college degrees, right? So, I mean, college is very expensive in this country, so you can sort of understand that to an extent. I'm not saying there's a correlation with intelligence and going to college, but there is some correlation, not a complete correlation, but some correlation, right? The second thing is Trump's numbers, right? Amongst black, I was reading on Wall Street Journal, amongst black voters, he doubled in size from 8% to 16%. When it comes to Latino voters, he went from 41 in terms of 41 points. I think they said 41%, right? From up by 6%, which means it was 35% the last time, right? So when you look at someone like, when you look at that amongst those people, right? The only question I have for them is, why are you voting for Trump, right? That's my thing, right? You can say Kamala's not as relatable and everything, and that's fine, right? And I'll tell you this, right? We have to look at those two communities at HH. I'm an African man, right? I'll tell you this right now, right? Latino cultures and black cultures, when it comes to women, can be very misogynistic. I'm not saying they completely are, but we know ourselves.
Yes.
That, like, being, especially something like having a female boss or a female leader, a lot of them would look at that thing and say they're incapable.
I'm sorry. There is no chance in hell.
Exactly.
There's no chance in hell a woman who can be elected president of Nigeria. That's just not happening. So
that's majority of African countries. Like, we got to be honest here, right? Like,
actually, hold on. You know that's right. Has there ever been a female leader of an African country that I can think of?
Liberia. So
Liberia. Okay.
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, right? She was president of Liberia.
Shout out to Liberia.
And then, in terms of other examples, I can't really think about it.
Yeah.
But I would say that one that worked against her in terms of those cultures. The second thing I'll say is, when it comes to the economy, right? I was reading an article today. Generally, when it comes to the economy, right, presidents get too much flack and too much praise when the economy does good or bad. But the truth is, they don't really have as much impact on the economy as people might think, right? So when you talk about Biden's time, right, there are two bad things that happened with Biden. The COVID, which he didn't control, right? And let's be honest, Trump didn't handle very well. But two, the Russia, what's it called? Russia-Ukraine war, right? That's been very bad for the economy, right? Things like Russian investment in other countries, things like we know ourselves, Chelsea fans. I mean, what happened to Roman, right? What's it called? You're talking about oil prices. You're talking about commodity prices, all that stuff, right? All that stuff is being affected by the Ukraine-Russia war, and Biden had nothing to do with that. Right, so like when you're looking at things like the economy being bad, you have to look at it holistically, right? You also have to look at it in the sense that, like, I'll tell you right now, HH, a lot of people think those stimulus checks might come back. And let me tell you right now, those aren't coming back, right? That's a big reason why people voted for Trump. And
I think Wing in the chat is waiting for that stimulus check, apparently. But
exactly.
yeah.
No, but like, that's another thing, right? It's like misconception, right? My thing is this, right? It should always be on policy, right? But you should also look at like what people are. You should also look at like you said, it's a personality thing. It's a cultural personality. It's about who can convince everyone more than anyone else.
Messaging. Yeah.
In Kamala's side, in my opinion, they did a few things wrong, and I read about it, and I think one of them does make sense. She refused to distance herself from Biden. Now, I don't know if that's a question of loyalty.
But KJ, I thought about So KJ, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Someone makes you VP.
Yes.
Particularly because you were very good friends with his son, Bo, because they were very close, and that's a main reason why you were made VP.
100%.
You now get endorsed and handed a chance to be a historic president. You've worked with this person for 4 years. Who picked you? They didn't have to pick you. Who picked you?
Sure.
You now publicly distance yourself from said individual.
Yep.
Wait, are we sure
I know they can't. I know there can't be distance, but predominantly because of what you just said. She was part of his cabinet, right? So to an extent, it can't be as distance. But my thing is this, right? There's a public conversation, there's a private conversation. You can say to Biden in private, I mean, if we have to win this thing, I might have to look at your presidency objectively rather than emotionally than I would because we're tied, right? You could have that conversation where you say in public, this is the thing, it's like you said, it's good, right? You have to get it done. Right?
No, but okay, say distance yourself. So let's talk Israel then briefly, not fully, but briefly.
Of course.
Her husband, Doug Emhoff, Jewish.
Yes.
Is she really going to have a strong stance to now chastise Israel when her husband is Jewish? Most likely not.
Exactly. My friend said this to me. He said, I said this to my friend, right? When I was reading that Wall Street Journal article. She almost lost before she started. That's one thing, right? A lot of people are talking about what if a candidate like Gavin Newsom had become the governor of California, is very popular, right? If he had become the Democratic candidate, right, for the presidency, right? He is not as tied to Biden's cabinet as she was, right? He is also more of a neutral, right? People aren't going to look at him and say you're the reason, one of the reasons why the economy has been so bad, because VPs hold a lot of power and a lot of significance in this country, right? Maybe not as much as everywhere else, but here it's seen as like, you always know the American VP. In other countries, you might know who the VP is, like Mike Pence and everyone like that. We knew who Mike Pence was.
Yeah.
We know who Kamala was because they're very public figures in the cabinets of U.S. presidencies. But in other countries, it's not the same thing, right? So the truth is that in her case, right, I think that she was probably the wrong selection from the start, right? Because she was essentially, one, she got in too late. That's true. Biden should have stepped down earlier. Two, this shows that even though everyone was talking about fundraising and all that stuff, this fundraising stuff was essentially futile in the end. Right?
I mean, KJ, I think it's been like $1 billion.
Exactly, right? All these donors that gave all their money and they got destroyed. Like you said, they got swept, basically.
Yeah. Right? No. It was a sweep. But because I'm going to get to celebrity after, but actually, let me come to Jujuman because I want to ask a celebrity question afterwards. So, Jujuman, your thoughts? Trump getting the W.
Yes, with this one, I think the Democrats, AK mentioned it. I think they have like. They are conflicted. On the one part, they're saying, "Oh, we support Israel." On the other part, they're trying to appease to the Arab, the Muslims. So it's like, and then on the other part, they have like the progressive wing, and then on the other part, they have this the corporate donors, the guys that with the money. So it's like, I think Aki's mentioned it perfectly. If they went full like progressive, like crazy, like announce crazy policy, progressive policy. Most of their policies, the progressive policies, are popular, but they try to like play two halves where they appease to this and then pretend like they care. Like it looks like pretend like they care about people, and then they bring these celebrities like.
Oh no! Hold on. We'll get there. That's a separate topic. So just talk about what do you think?
I have a lot to say on celebrities.
Yeah, your reaction to the whole Trump. Like, what do you think? What do you think a Trump 4 years will look like?
Yeah, I'm happy. Like things will get done. That's the first part because it's like if he has full House and Senate, things will get done. The other thing is
okay, gentlemen. Yeah. Who did you vote for? Please
I
don't.
voted. I didn't vote for either. Like I'm not like I voted. I'm not going to say, but yeah, I didn't vote for either.
It's okay, Jujuma. Did you vote for Jill Stein?
No, I'm not saying.
Wait, they only like four. Just who did you vote for? Jujuma, this is a safe place. This is a safe place. It's a safe place. Safe place.
No, this is going live. Let's just say.
I mean, Core did vote for Trump, so I mean, you never know.
Jujuma,
don't get peer pressured.
Oh yeah, but the other part is with the Trump. I think a lot will be accomplished. There'll be more respect now because looking at, I don't think people respected her, to be honest, because she wasn't there by meritocracy. So even the other leaders will be like, this chick is not that intelligent. She'll just be told like what they, and it'll sound sexist because it's like it will sound.
But you can't say that. Come on.
No, but it's true. I know.
This meritocracy argument.
Can I talk next?
Wait, hold on. Jujuma.
Yeah, I forgot to like say politically correct stuff, but it's just true. And the other thing with Trump now is respect. Even you see how the leaders are, they are falling in line. Like everyone is like a bit more respect.
Jujuma, you voted Trump. It's fine. Just say you voted Trump. Come on, the way you're talking. Of course, you voted for Trump.
No, like.
Jujuma, you voted Trump. It's fine, Jujuma. We won't judge you. Jujuma, you voted Trump. Jujuma, I promise I will not judge you. Jujuma, don't judge anybody by who they vote for. So you voted Trump. It's fine. It doesn't make you a bad person.
I'm asking.
Look, I won't say it because it's like everyone has different opinions.
Jujuma, what party did you register for?
I'm independent.
Who respects Trump?
I'm independent. Let's just say.
No, you're not. But continue.
Yeah, but it's like with Trump, there's more respect. I think NATO like free rides this country, so now they have to pay.
This guy voted Trump. This guy voted Trump. No, guys, look at what you're saying. More respect. Of course, you voted for him. Judgment, you voted Trump. It's fine.
Wait, what does that mean? Yeah, stop that tap dancing, man. Just say it.
No harm will come to you.
Bro, just come out.
Judgment, just you voted Trump. Fine?
Yeah, just say running. People call me a coon. Like, no.
There's no need to bring out that word, man.
I beg your pardon.
Nah, Juju, man, you watch too much of Umar, bro.
Yeah, Juju, man, you literally just gave up like who you voted for, dude.
Wait, what did you just say?
Juju.
No, we're silent.
This is worse than when he said Vinny it wasn't win the ballot because of
guys, this is why Jujuman is the greatest pilot of all time. This is why he's the goat. This is why Jujuman is the goat. Jujuman is the goat. Okay, so continue. Continue. So basically, you think that this next 4 years, no wars, more respect. And do you believe that the economy will be fixed under Trump in the next 4 years?
Oh, yes, yeah. Like the benchmark is so low because it's like Biden. Like there's no way inflation is going to be that way. So that's already a win. The border will be stronger.
Isn't inflation already like coming down?
So yeah, I forgot where I am. Like so.
Nah, I love Juju. That's just what it's about.
And then the other part is like economy. The border and then the wars, I don't think that it will go crazy.
Okay. Let me tell you why. Jujuman voted. Why he voted Trump. So for a long time, Jujuman was like, Trump is going to win. Then afterwards, when they seen that the tide was changing and those polls came out, Jujuman was damning me that it's done. Harris won. What? Harris won. Jujuman was using reverse psychology because he wanted his guy to win. He was using reverse psychology that Harris has won, it's all done. Jujuman voted Trump, and that's fine. Jujuman, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. That's fine, and no one should judge you for voting for Trump. And no one has any right to call you a COON for voting Trump. No, so it's fine. It's fine.
I'm so surprised that word was said on.
Wait. Can I change? Let me talk.
No, Hitman. Say your thoughts. Hitman, go for it.
Okay. A couple of my concerns so far, because I'm not going to talk about what has been. I'm going to talk about what is about to come. Okay. So a couple of things to prepare. House and Senate. The Senate the reason why I said this is not a lubrication is because we were lucky that this was not 60 seats. It's going to be somewhere around 54, 55 seats for the Republicans. If it was 60 seats or more, we would be in for a very, very interesting time, because that means they could push laws without filibusters. People can filibuster and basically kill off bills just wasting time. It's the same with the House. The House is going to be very tight. So yeah, they might be able to push some things, but there's possibilities that those bills may not get pushed. In addition to that, when it comes to a lot of these efforts, people talking about, that he's going to get rid of NATO. He's not going to like pull us from NATO, because the agreements that tie with those have been so deep. And then the other thing too is that those also have to go through Congress. There's a lot of shit that has to go through Congress for him to even be able to be even able to action them. Obviously he could throw a whole bunch of executive orders, but they can all get undone if another person gets elected in. But one thing I do have a big concern of and this is for anybody who's thinking about this, all the federal judges, if any federal judges are leaving, he can replace them. And then on top of that, there's three judges that might be coming up, 3 Supreme Court justices that might be coming up for retirement soon. I mean, these are lifetime appointments, but these are people that either will retire or they'll probably take the long nap. You're looking at Justice Alito, Clarence Thomas, and the third one, which is the liberals, Sonia Sotomayor. If any three of he can replace Thomas and Alito, which means that those 2 seats will just get extended. But if he gets Sonia Sotomayor, what that's going to change the Supreme Court from currently 6-4 to 7-2, which for any future legislation that goes through the Supreme Court for probably the next 40 or 50 years, if it depends on how you feel about certain issues, it's going to basically go towards
so overall, what do you think this next phase for Trump will be? Just overall, just to summarize, what do you think the next phase is going to be like?
I think he's going to stack the courts, man. And that to me actually scares the fuck out of me, because I mean, that ties into shit like qualified immunity, that ties into things that tie with the justice system, that ties with criminal justice, that ties with anything relating to any cases relating to civil liberties. Yeah, that part actually worries me. But all of the stuff with all the other stuff I mentioned, there's a lot of like political like games that can be played to basically like obstruct.
All right, okay, hold on. Let me quickly take some quick debates. Shout out to Wink. Latinas don't do. All right,
move on.
Okay, all right. Ramesh Sureshman, thank you for the dog, Ramesh Sureshman. A major reason Ukraine happened was because America encouraged Ukraine to tilt towards NATO and take anti-Russia stance. Trump was not interested in that. That is an interesting point. Interesting point, because that was Putin's major beef, which was an apparent agreement that they had was during the whole 2014 issue. Wink, LeBron crying on Twitter, his 10-year-old. Okay. All right.
Yeah, LeBron, man, my favorite player ever. But
so guys, let's talk about. Guys, hold on. I want to show an image. Hold up, I want to show an image. And this image Now, I told you I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't, because again, I'm not an American bum. But if there's one positive thing that came from this, one is this. So for guys who are listening on the podcast thing, now
is that the Avengers?
Yes. So people who are listening, the Avengers, rather the actors of Avengers, the core group. Obviously, Thor is here. I think Thor is the only guy that's missing.
He's
Thor.
Australian.
I mean, he's Australian, so it doesn't really count.
Sorry, great point. So see, all the American actors plus Vision, who I think might be an American citizen actually. So I think he might be an American citizen. All of them did a video for Kamala Harris, and these clowns, these clowns thought that because of your celebrity status and because of your popularity and because you pretend to be other people, this can hold sway. And you also add on to De Niro, DiCaprio, also saying that we fully endorse. Now, I don't want to be rude. And speaking from a guy who is a semi-retired actor, I used to be in the film industry. Nobody gives a damn that you, Mr. Actor, who you pretend to be someone else for a living. Who gives a damn who the heck you freaking endorse? So whether it's Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Eminem, or DiCaprio or De Niro, you're irrelevant. You are fully irrelevant. And that goes on pretty much both sides. So whether it's a Musk, a Joe Rogan, a Hulk Hogan, a DiCaprio, De Niro,
a Logan Paul,
celebrity,
Paul, Aiden Ross.
You see, these celebrity guys are not. They don't really hold it this way. And now, do you wanna keep it real? Do you wanna keep it real? Now, I don't watch his show. But let's keep it a stack. Joe Rogan holds a lot more sway than any of those clowns called the Avengers.
Wait, AJ,
specifically in a political sphere. So I think that what you saw here, because why this is so damning is all the big celebrities, because let's be real, Hollywood is heavily left. It's heavily liberal, and it's heavily Democrats, where several prominent actors and directors are actually donating millions towards the Democratic Party. So Kamala Harris, you had all that swathe of all these huge celebrities. But what you saw, which is why I keep using popular votes, because one man, one vote. The fact that popular vote was so heavily for Trump, when you have this huge swath of mainstream media and celebrities against him, just shows you that regular people don't give a damn about you bomber celebrities. You're irrelevant. AK, talk to me.
Yeah, first of all, before this, I think Tega Naomi sent a DM to you. She had the picture to you.
Okay.
Yeah, but see, I've never been one to support celebrities in political rallies or political debates, because the very nature of a celebrity is, bro, you're in a different position to us, the people. You don't have the daily struggles of people. You don't have the daily lives of people. A lot of you got to places you got to, not just because of your talent. Some of you, of course, got there because of your talent, but some of you got there because of your parents, of nepotism. A lot of you are nepo babies. Let's be real. So for me,
shout to Jamie Lee Curtis, but you continue.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, fucking dumbass, man. But I think, bro, celebrity. I think the one thing that always strikes me about Hollywood is the hypocrisy of Hollywood. Like, this is the same Hollywood who most of the women that cry about women's rights were actively clapping Roman Polanski when he won an Oscar. I mean, so
that's part.
Most of these guys were part of Epstein's Island. Remember, Ricky Gervais called them out for being part of Epstein's Island. They were being involved in all sorts of shady shit. And then you're talking to us, you're patronizing us on who we should vote for. Like, Hollywood people, they don't live in the real world. For me, most of them are there because of family members, because of fortune, because of things that shouldn't be down to them. So for me, it's like, why do you go rally for these guys when you know the people's perception of Hollywood actresses are actually Hollywood actors and actresses are actually going down and down and down. Like, not a lot of people follow Hollywood actors apart from the fact that they can act. So I think for Trump, the YouTuber is actually a bit more sensible in that, bro, YouTube, like, you don't get YouTube via you're not a nepo baby if you go to a YouTube. Like, YouTube is a platform where just people.
I don't know about that, bro.
No,
like,
no, because
like,
because
compared to Hollywood.
because YouTube is like no, and AK 100%. So let's say you look at let's look like an Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz had to properly work his way up to do Flagrant 2. So that's his him grinding through the Comedy Store, grinding through everything. Nothing was handed to him, nothing was given to him. Now, it helps that he was good friends with Charlemagne the God, who also had to grind his way to becoming what it was, the Breakfast Club. But he used that to now get the platform of Flagrant 2, which was big enough to now have an interview with Trump. That's all him. So nothing was handed to him. So and what you're seeing right now, and this is a convo I had with my brother who's in the film industry, stuff is changing. Most of the people right now, the Obama celebrities are irrelevant. It's the TikTokers, it's the YouTube people. These are the guys who hold way more influence than these Obama celebrities.
Exactly.
I want to bring something up.
Wait, hold on. AK.
At the end of the day, like there may be Nepo babies in YouTube, but just via YouTube's algorithm, it is far harder to be a Nepo baby than to be a Nepo baby in Hollywood. Like that's just a fact, the way it is. So I think what Trump did was actually kind of smarter in terms of going on Logan Paul's podcast, in terms of going on Aiden Ross's podcast. But the fact that Aiden Ross was mentioned in the victory speech, bro, that was crazy. But for me, it's like Hollywood. Well, I never take Hollywood seriously. I never take these celebrities seriously because, bro, at the end of the day, half of them are hypocrites who vote for their own interests and who only vote based on what they want and try to patronize.
No. Okay. Let me just give you one example. Now I want to come to Delta this. Let me just give you one example. So, DiCaprio, his big thing is environment.
Doesn't he own a private jet?
Do you know how many homes he has around the world, and he gets them? Do you know the story out there that he got a private to fly out his hat?
So basically, it just shows you how don't listen to these dumbasses. Environment, save the environment. Oh, the environment is dying. Set the Amazon forest. While your clownass is moving around in a private jet with a 15-year-old underage girl, probably. So my thing though is, for a lot of these people, don't like your celebrities. You are morons and you're hypocrites. Yeah,
we need to talk about Elon Musk. We need to talk about Elon Musk though, because Elon Musk is like the worst of this. Bro bought Twitter, stacked it, and basically stacked the deck of Twitter to make it a right-wing cesspool.
No. Okay, wait, hold on. Delta, go for it. Delta.
Yeah, just to delve in a little bit into the Elon Musk before I go on to Hollywood and stuff. But the thing about Elon, just for you, HH and Hitman, and everyone else to clarify, he is open with leftists and right. He's
not.
Yes,
he's not.
Wait, hold on. One at a time. Delta.
Wait, HJ is off topic. Did you get the take on Naomi?
Yes, I did. I'll bring up. Yeah.
Listen, sometimes Elon does say dumb shit, as in he I think he mentioned in one of his tweets that by 2040 he's wanting to build a settlement in Mars where there's a 1 million inhabitants of look, this guy is clearly not right in his mind. Every time I hear him talk, he says some gibberish shit. Like, first of all, how can a human go to Mars and like in a 30?
No, but also so I know. And so on just celebrity as a whole, do you feel that celebrities can still hold sway in a political election? Because basically, let me just present it. So the point is, so Beyonce, Taylor Swift. You bring in, and then someone said, "Oh, but you got co-signed by Queen Latifah." Okay, and you now have all these Avengers. Do you think this just shows you that celebrity, especially the kind of old school celebrity, is not as impactful as the new school YouTube, TikTok celebrity?
Obviously, like celebrities, I would say, just generalizing them a little bit. Just like as AK said, they're hypocrites, and I'm glad you and AK actually spoke about this and exposing them for the hypocrite degenerates for who they are. I mean, let's be real here. Who gives a shit about Hollywood. I mean, expose the truth, clean up the industries and the government agencies. The truth needs to be the priority. I mean, these people, like you mentioned, can no longer be allowed to hide in plain sight. People like what's his name? Fuck, I'm trying to remember his name. He's been one of those big endorsers of Kamala Harris, but he's one of those big Hollywood guys. But I'm not.
Wait, actor or director?
He's an actor.
De Niro.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro.
Has to be De Niro.
No, it's not De Niro. It's someone else. But De Niro is one of those guys, and what a clown.
Sorry. Or is it George Clooney?
Yeah, George Clooney.
Clooney, yeah.
Yeah. And again, another clown, HH.
Stars by clown, so it says.
Yeah, shout out to you, Barry. Like these, I'm not gonna put everyone into blame in Hollywood, but I would say a good majority of them don't know what the fuck the general public like us, the civilians want, because they're millionaires, billionaires even. They never had a problem with inflation. They pretty much can buy whatever they want. When it comes to
you can say the same about Trump and Elon though. Like let's not keep it a stack. And the same with the Paul brothers who live in Puerto Rico. Yeah, they don't even live in the U.S.
Hitman, I get you with the Paul brothers, but you could argue that the Paul brothers organically built the.
No, but it's not even. I don't even think it's about that. I think the other thing you have to keep in mind, right, is social media is such a different platform because the degree of separation between the creator and the audience is a lot smaller, right? Like especially if you're like those huge streamers, like they still read their chats. They still
no. But okay, because so SK, and what was the Democratic or left equivalent of an Andrew Schultz flagrant 2 that Kamala Harris went to? Because it ain't Breakfast Club because that's traditional radio. It can't be Shannon Sharp because Shannon Sharp used to work for ESPN and Fox. So what was the equivalent of an Andrew Schultz that Kamala Harris went to work? A really rogue, independent YouTube kind of a platform. Wait, hold on, SK.
Call her daddy. Most of those independent, media.
That was it. It was Call Her Daddy.
Call Her Daddy. Okay.
Like most of those independent media shows that are popular tend to be more right leaning. That's just generally
no. Because my thing though is I think moving on, the world has changed, and what you have to realize is you have to evolve with the world. Bringing out celebrities doesn't hold any sway. It simply doesn't hold any sway because you brought us Eminem, DiCaprio, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, the Avengers, and you got lubricated and test tubed by the popular vote.
Wait, are you naming?
But also another thing too.
Yeah.
But also another thing though is that the left, the independent left, all the people who the left podcasters and stuff, they move different from the right. They move completely different from the right. It's like you can't.
How do you mean they move differently? As in they moonwalk or they sidestep? What do you say?
I mean, the way they do their podcast, the way they criticize people within it. A lot of the people are a lot more impartial. Good example, I would say probably one of the
hold on. So you're saying that left people are more impartial than the right people? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm saying they're more I'm saying they're more critical of they're more critical of the candidates from the DNC. Good example, one of the more popular guys, Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker would anybody who knows Hassan Piker, he's probably one of the biggest dudes on the left.
No, hold on. My point is, why didn't? Hey man, let's stay on this because this is one of the shows that I watch. So why didn't Kamala go on Young Turks?
I mean, Young Turks is a mess right now, but
Hey man, I'll ask the question again. Why didn't Kamala Harris go onto the Young Turks?
Young Turks is too far left.
Is that even relevant in 2024 though?
Wait,
it's not one of those.
No. They're still a pretty.
Wait, Hitman. What's your issue with Elon Musk, Hitman? Like every time
Elon
my issue is that he ruined Twitter.
owned an
and he called it X.
Same
And
thing,
X,
yeah.
No,
X
it's not.
should only
It's
be for
not.
adult films. So that's what I'm saying.
It's not that. Elon Musk owned it.
Shout out Vanessa Bloom. Wait, say, hey man, go for it. Go for it.
I mean, Elon Musk's dad owned an emerald mine in apartheid fucking South Africa. That alone is that's strike one. Strike two is that, I mean, dude's a billionaire, and you're talking about a bunch of millionaires who are like on levels below him. Secondly, he bought the platform X and turned it into a right-wing cesspool. I mean, literally, it's like you don't pretty much the amount of like right-wing rhetoric on there compared to like anything else is not even comparable.
No, it's a Delta. My biggest beef is Musk. Again, I told you, I don't care about SpaceX, Tesla. I don't care about that crap. My main thing is what was a really good platform, you effed up. And my whole thing about Twitter is, again, I'll just give you a small example, Delta, is the blue tick. That blue tick was, once you saw that tick, that is a verified source. So it isn't some kind of a break rogue thing. Now, you've now changed that onto a grey tick or a golden tick. But now, every time you now see that, the fact that you can now make an average person now have that tick, it's now confusing with regards to what is from a verified source or not a verified source. Again, as somebody who worked for a news company,
you can't tell the difference between a blue and gold tick.
I'm saying that it's why even bring that and try to sort of confuse people, because it took people a while to be like, oh, sorry, blue tick are guys who can end that, but gold tick and grey tick like that. Where's that? It was very simple. Where if you see that tick, that is verified.
I think it's about revenue. He talked about trying to increase Twitter's revenue streams, right? And one of them was by incentivizing people to essentially pay for that blue tick, right? So it was about revenue generation. I think he simply said it. The Twitter's not making enough money, and let's be honest, he got some private equity companies to invest with him into the Twitter. Like, let's be honest, those guys want a quick return, right? So he has to generate revenue as quickly and as much as possible. So that's one of the reasons why he had to what's it called? He had to introduce that. Anything to make money. That's what. Okay.
That may be fair, but it's like what you've now turned Twitter into is that, okay, so I put out a tweet, and if my tweet gets loads of impressions, I can now make money. Once you now bring that as an incentive, what that now does is it makes the content worse. What's the most antagonistic or the most crazy thing that I can put out that can garner the biggest interest? So now when I now look through my timeline, you're just trying attention seeking just to get loads of retweets and loads of likes. So therefore you've now pretty much cannibalized content because people are literally just whoring themselves for retweets and for impressions. It's become a whorehouse.
No, but this is the thing.
You know what makes it even more insidious though is
hold on. SK and then KJ. SK
is that he essentially found ways to stop people from, fixing their algorithm, so to speak. Like he's trying to get rid of the block button. He's trying to make it.
Real quick. SK, let's talk about that block button. How I've blocked you, therefore I don't. What is the whole point of a block? You cannot see anything that I do. So I block you, but if I make public posts, you can still view my public posts. Huh? That's stupid. Again, people say this guy is a genius. How can you be a genius and not understand the function of a block button? So I've blocked you, but you can still see some of my posts. No, I've blocked you, which means that you can't see anything that I do.
and that goes down for, let's say, a woman, right? Whether it's her dad or uncle, even an ex-boyfriend. She doesn't want her tweet to be seen by these individuals, and she blocked them. But with that rhetoric, they can still see it, HH. I mean, they can still view it. And I understand that criticism that you have for him, but I also want to thank him for making Twitter more open in a sense that we have different opinions. Now, I know Hitman didn't really like it because he thinks he's more lenient towards the right. I disagree. I think he's more central. I think he allows the left.
Not at all. I mean, like, dude is retweet, bro. Dude retweeted like
Delta,
like a
Delta.
bunch.
One at a time. Then I'll take it. Delta, go for it.
What? Let Hitman with this. Hitman, what were you gonna say?
Hitman, go for it. Hitman.
I mean, bro was retweeting posts from like white nationalists about like the great replacement theory. And this was over 2020. He was posting this over 2023 in this year. Like, I don't know.
But see, now that's the beauty. I have Elon Musk blocked and muted. That's the beauty. See, I have him muted, so I don't know what he tweets. And so for me, Musk, you can do whatever you want. I don't even know what you're doing because I have you muted. Because I have to mute morons. So if you're a moron, I have to mute you. So again, Musk, you can do whatever you want. Now, what if you now take away that mute where I have to see your trash, then we have issues. But bro, just mute him. So once you mute him, you just have to see all the crap that the guy is doing. Sorry, exactly. Delta, go for it. Delta.
Yeah, Hitman, exactly what HH said. Now, you might not agree with him. Like I said, he's more in the central viewpoint where he can retweet left.
Central, no.
Just let me finish, bro. And I'll hit you with this. I get where you're coming from. Where you said he retweeted about the great replacement, and I'm pretty sure that has to do with the white population of the West decreasing and the immigration increasing. Look, that's not necessarily a racist tweet, Hitman. That's the first thing. That's not that.
He actually posted outright racist. He outright posted racist posts, though.
No,
like, and I'm not just talking about the great replacement theory either. He's retweeted like actual white nationalists. People were like talking about like.
Hold on. Delta, can I just ask one quick question? So, Delta, why do you think Musk wanted to buy Twitter? Do you believe he wanted to buy Twitter because he thought he saw a business opportunity, or did he buy Twitter for political influence, knowing how influential it was during Obama's presidency and Trump's presidency?
Can you tell me when he bought Twitter? I want to see something here. When did he buy Twitter?
So when did Elon Musk buy Twitter? October 28th, 2022.
Okay, 2022.
And so he bought it then, and he. Yeah. Okay, yes. So the process began in April, but he officially owned it October 28th, 2022.
Okay, I see. One reason I could give that to UHH is maybe, well, we all know he's buddies now with Trump, but maybe even before we knew that, in a sense that maybe he when he was friends with him, Donald Trump, he wanted to buy Twitter, and so he wanted to bring Trump back from Twitter, because a lot of people on here don't know that Trump was banned from Twitter. And Hitman, look, Hitman is right. Like, there has been some white nationalists who were banned under Jack, but then had their account deactivated.
Jack, man.
That's why he goes by. So we're just gonna call him by Jack.
Jack Dorsey.
Yeah. So look, HH, I completely, even though Hitman does interrupt me sometimes, I completely understand where he's coming from about the white nationalist point of view. Some white nationalists like Nick Fuentes, for example, who I wouldn't really consider him the biggest, right-wing hate, but he does, say some pretty controversial stuff about saying deport legal and illegal immigrants. America should be, look, Nick, America was 100% white. He thinks America was always 100% white. We've always had Native Americans. We've always had Black Americans. But HH, even in the same, it can go back to the other way too. I mean, there's some Black nationalists that I've seen them talk about it. Look, Hitman, just because he retweeted a white nationalist, and I'm still yet to hear which specific account that you were talking about, because there's many of them, Hitman. Just because for that one he retweeted it doesn't.
It's not once. This is not a once thing. This is a repeated thing.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me just read this Dubinsky, because I want to bring in something new. So next 4 years, prepare for inflation because China is going to have a rough time with tariffs and the dollar will appreciate against other currencies. Look, it's going to be interesting. So look, last topic in here. No, because
I just want to ask.
what was supposed to call? So here's my thing. So no, because you see, my thing again, and just in reference to that, Dob, you voted for a better economy. I surely hope that the economy pops off on Donald Trump.
I
That's what
better
I'm
see
saying.
my stock portfolios rise, but
I hope that everyone becomes rich because everyone says that you were rich under Trump. You best be richer under this dude. I don't want to hear anyone say that we got poor and this guy has ruined the economy. Please, I don't want to hear that because you said the economy was trash. At the very least, let's say improve. Don't let the economy be worse. Don't even be poor under this dude. That's what I'm saying. So let me just throw out this last topic before we go there. Let me just throw this out there. Anyone can jump in. Do you think Trump is going to actively go against his enemies these 4 years? Or do you think he's going to perhaps learn the lessons from the first time and be a bit more chill? Barry.
Can you be more specific on the enemies?
So basically, press, media.
Yeah.
So let me throw in some names. Jimmy Kimmel, CNN, NBC, ABC. So basically, specifically guys within the media and specifically guys within the press. And also guys who, so those who stoked the flames of him being, having to go through trial.
So
do you think he's going to actively go after those guys with powers?
So this is purely due in national, right? No foreign entities, nothing.
Oh no, purely domestic, purely domestic.
Okay.
Barry.
Yeah, possibly. He's not gonna say like in press conferences. He's not gonna say the name directly, like say Van Jones or this or that person, but he's not gonna give them the privilege of speaking to them. When a reporter asks, "Oh, Mr. Trump, one question," he's not going to give them the privilege and just assault them at every press conference. Not personally, like one individual, but yeah, just a group of CNN, ABC, all of that.
Okay, so I mean, sorry, let me just bring up because shout out to Naomi who sent this to me in the DM, bro. Is this real? So for people who are watching,
I've seen that at my university campus too.
Homo sex is sin, women are property.
I've seen that in my university campus as well.
That I'm pretty sure
that's
right
crazy.
here. Wait, that I'm pretty sure I hear Texas State University, HH, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it says Texas State University. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's.
I don't believe it. It's probably
wait, hold on, let's go. So wait, okay, hold on, Judgman. What's done? So do you think? So you're saying this is AI, Judgman? Are you saying this is AI?
I think like the
out of context?
They want to make Republicans look bad. There's no one in this time.
Oh my God!
No, I wouldn't hear.
Bro.
No bricks have been dropped. No, Judgman, explain it. So how do they want to make Republicans look bad by this? Just explain.
Yeah, because there's no one here thinks that women are property. The fact that I think these guys want to make.
Wait, hold on. Let Judgman talk. Let him talk. Judgman.
Yeah, because I think we have reached a point where like no one believes like women are property or like all this stuff. I swear to God, this is
That's
like
not true, Judgman.
No. Like, it's just crazy for people to say stuff like this. So I think, especially campus.
So wait, hold on. So Judgman, this image, you feel this image is not real?
No, I'm skeptical. I think.
How are you skeptical?
So you believe this is a real image?
Yeah, I believe it's real, but I don't think like it's like the racist. I know they're racist people, but in the middle of a campus,
You
just said you know the racist.
I'm confused.
You realize in 2017, dudes walked out with tiki torches saying they will not replace us, bro. This is what the next 4 years.
Wait, hold on.
The fucking circus is coming to town.
Hold on. So I want to comment. Okay, Judgman, I want to stay on you, Judgman. I want to go around the room. So Judgman, do you believe that Trump is going to actively go after his enemies these 4 years? So basically, do you think it's up for all of my enemies, or you think he's just going to chill, or you think no, he's actually going to actively shut down the press, shut down the media, and attack the media even worse these 4 years?
Yeah, if I'll just say it might be. If it was me, I was attacked. I'm going after everyone. There's nothing like forgiveness. Like if you attack me, I am going after you. If he doesn't,
Hold on. Let him cook.
If he doesn't go after his enemies, he's weak. Like if I was him, I go after everyone. Like an eye for an eye. There's nothing like forgiveness.
An eye for an
eye. They literally wanted to kill the guy, and like
exactly.
If he says
like
wait, no, Judgment. He said they. One guy wanted to kill the guy. How do you say they? It was two individuals.
Wait. So if you can incite an insurrection, you're gonna say they can't incite an assassination. Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
Okay, Judgment, keep talking.
Because it's like, so if I was him, I expect him to go after his enemies. If he doesn't, I don't want to say I'll be disappointed, but it will look weak. It will look weak because it's like people like drag you through the mud all these years, and once you get like chance to attack them, you coward. Like you will look like a cow. You look weak. Go after your enemies. That's all.
Wait, Jujima, I have a question for you. So you're still skeptical about the image, right? Like
I just think because I've had people from like the Democrats say like, oh, Texas or that place, they think women are property. I've had that like place. I don't think like, I swear I've hung out around Republicans. Like I don't think like the racists would go out in the middle of a campus and say, "Oh, women are property." I just think this is like an insight.
Wait, hold on. Okay, SK. Hold up, SK.
I just want to say one quick thing.
Okay, Delta.
Now I'll let you go, SK. Judgment, you live in America, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, do you know about the First Amendment, Judgment?
Yeah, like is it freedom of speech or?
Right.
Yeah.
Judgment, there are open racists out there expressing their freedom of speech as they would call it.
But not in campus. I don't think you would be allowed to do that.
They do in campus, Judgment. It happens a lot in campus.
Hold on. Yeah. Judgment, I'm pretty sure Hitman just said earlier back in 2017 there was a group of white nationalists that could be fed. I will say this, it could be feds, but they came out and said they will not replace us. As in
yes, sorry, PhD data. Because let's think about this. If there were students like, and that image went there, like the administrator, everyone would be notified who the students were, and these guys would be like banned from the school or expelled.
That's why they're wearing masks.
Like, no way.
They did. I'm pretty sure. The NBC, like, the Texas Tribune put out something that like we condemned the posters. So.
Yeah, but and that one too, like.
So you believe that there are not racists or misogynists or people on campus?
I think they are, but they cannot display it on campus. I cannot, like, you cannot hold up.
What is the point of all this?
No, I'm just saying, it's the image.
Like, what does this prove?
No, because I mean, we're sort of very to talk about this. Was just an image that Naomi pulled up, and Judgment just says that he does not believe that this is prevalent on campuses.
Okay,
and I'm like,
even if it is, like, what does this prove? Like, what, like, we already know this happened. Like, what does this prove?
No, Judgment, we all agree. All of us agree. Judgment says that he does not believe that this is true. So that's what we're just like with Judgment. Why don't you believe that this is true? That's our thing.
If it was somewhere like outside school or outside or a rally, sure, people can say crazy stuff like that. But in a campus, I don't believe it.
Have you been in a college campus?
Wait, hold on. Let's look. Okay, so SK. So do you agree with Judgment that Trump is going to actively go after his enemies these next few years? So basically, he's going to even be way more aggressive against the press and media these next 4 years.
Didn't this guy? So now this guy doesn't. Assuming that the Democrats don't win the House as well, this guy is not going to have anyone to really oppose whatever he has in stored.
I brought it up before.
Hold on, SK. On top of that, didn't this guy get rid of most of the cabinet that worked on him in that first term?
Well, I think the idea is that it's going to completely reshape the government. So it's basically news.
That would tell me that whatever he has in store, whoever he's going to bring in to replace, is basically going to be there to kind of amplify whatever new plans he has. Because if he believed in whoever was with him in the old cabinet, then he wouldn't have got rid of him in the first place.
Okay, let me ask this. So again, I think this, we sort of mentioned this when we did like a live reaction. Again, for the Americans out there, there's pretty much little chance he can change the constitution.
Nah,
with
something.
With regards to increasing the 4 years, like that's pretty much impossible.
There's something that just
so we'll be adding an amendment, but you need it. But that actually would require a 2/3. That requires 2/3 of the Congress, both upper and lower, House and Senate, to approve that. So to get a new amendment's like near impossible.
So again, so it goes to the point of where these are the only 4 years that you have. So in these 4 years, you might as well just go crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna go mad.
So my thing is that if these are your 4 years and you only have these 4 years to go through, with everything that you've already been through, the conviction, this, that, insurrection, because my view is you thought 2016 to 2020 was bad, especially with the amounts of power he now has. Oh, this is going to be even worse.
AJ, can I speak on this? Because I need to leave in a bit. Yeah.
Cool, AK, go for it. And then there'll soon be space guys once AK goes. So AK.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I have hope. If I'm CNN, I'm very, very scared. If I'm Caitlin Collins, who I think is the White House reporter, brother, expect some very, very expletive messages.
Wait, hold on. Don't speak in sister, or is she transgender? Or don't speak in sister?
I think. Yeah. Sorry.
What?
Continue.
Yeah, ignore that.
I'll ignore that.
Yeah. So
shout out to Dave.
Yeah.
On top of that, MSNBC, man. MSNBC, we might be seeing a news channel literally die in front of our very eyes in MSNBC. So I'll be real, bro. I expect it to be very explosive just because HH.
No, sorry, because I think it was MSNBC where after the insurrection, the guy said that Trump will never be allowed to set foot back in the White House ever again. Exactly. Yet here we are.
I don't know. I think they're going to get more views. I think they'll do better.
I don't know if you saw it.
Continue.
I don't know if you saw this morning the MSNBC coverage. A couple of news anchors really shedding tears on stream. Like, bro, they know what's gonna happen with a Trump presidency for them.
Yes.
I think in terms of policy, bro, I'll be real. What will seriously? The one thing that I am kind of scared about is the police immunity thing, because, brother, if a policeman stops my car, that gets very scary at that point. So that thing I'm scared of. But economy-wise, I'll be real. I don't think much is gonna change. Like, personally, I don't think. Bro, this guy made promises last election. How many of them really came true? He's gonna make promises again. How many of them will really come true? Like, let's be completely honest. How many of them will really come true? So for me, in terms of, it will be entertaining to watch the things that he says in press conferences all, but I'll be real, I won't be surprised if not much changes in the next 4 years, because, bro, it's 4 years. You can't, to see the full work of a president, it goes beyond 4 years. It goes to the next president, the president after that. In 4 years, I don't think much is gonna happen in terms of like policy. I just think it's gonna be very like his press conferences, his briefings are gonna be very explosive.
Oh no! That's where the excitement is going to be. Is him against the press and the media. That's what the excitement is.
That police immunity thing, but that's scary, man. That's scary.
I live in a small.
Go for it.
I live in a small mega town, bro. It's actually up for me. I'm not gonna lie, bro. We're gonna be following.
Where do you live?
It's like I live in New England, but it's like.
Oh,
wow. But basically, we're gonna be following the speed limit at all times, bro.
Jeez, I mean, okay,
bro. It doesn't even matter. You go like 1 mile an hour over, they'll stop you.
So
they'll pull you out of the car and beat the crap out of you.
Wait,
that's never happened.
Okay. Okay. Oh Lord. Okay. So judge
yeah, because I think like we need, like, I am against people looting. If I see people looting, like, that should be a crime and they should be in prison. We cannot have a society in which there's no law and order. I know it's not popular to say because like I'm like it's not popular, but we have to have a society where it functions properly. People obey the law and order. In the whole police thing, I just, like, for example, that thing. I've never like with the police thing. I've never had any problems with that. Like, so it's like, I think if you follow the law, just mind your life, like no one's coming after you. So I think this is just the fear mongering from the left. Double H. It's just like the fear mongering.
Jujuman, if you were, you know, in the government, what kind of laws would you even implement? I'm kind of actually curious to hear your thoughts on this. Like, what are what would be your top priorities if you were in charge of the country?
Oh, like if I was in charge, my top priority, of course, the economy first. Second, we have, like, it's pretty much almost like, I don't want to see people
So
say
do you put the economy or the illegal migration first, Jujuman?
Economy first. Okay. Like, I don't care. Like, as long as everyone eats, everyone does well. Like the economy, number one.
What's it called? KJ, talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Speak on this.
Yes, yeah, go for it, KJ.
All right, so just to say quickly, the BBC released something today that said that Trump has seven things he said he'd do as president. I'll just lift them off quickly, right? 1, deport undocumented migrants. 2, increase tariffs, so economy and tariffs and stuff like that. 3, cut climate change regulations. 4, end the Ukraine war. 5, not officially ban abortion, right? 6, he's going to pardon some of the people that were involved in the insurrection. And 7, he's going to sack special counsel Jack Smith. So that part that you said about coming after his enemies, I think he's going to come after some of them, right? But I don't think he'll come after all of them. I think the media is still, America is still the constitution. Free speech is still a big thing. I don't think that he can attack and successfully sort of shut down his enemies in the media as easily as some might suggest.
He can't. He can't. The First Amendment.
I don't think. Another thing I'll say is this. Is anyone that actually voted for Trump, like Juju, man, I want to know, what did Trump actually say in his addresses to the nation, right, that he will actually do to improve the economy? Because this is the problem I have with Trump supporters, right? Because in the past you were talking about things like respect. This is what I mean when I say that, like, Trump is like the living embodiment of what Americans like want, that macho man, right? The guy who gets away with everything, right? Because in reality, right, no one can sit here and tell me that a president, one, says the things he says, right? 2, right, handled things like COVID the way he did, and 3, right, gets involved in the kind of things he does, right? It's not logical at all. But as we said, America is a very special place. It's very, like, there's nowhere else like it, right? But that doesn't mean it's justifiable, right? I didn't vote for either because I said I'm Muslim and I don't. They both have the same Israel policy, so I'm not voting, right? But it's simple, right? If you can tell me why you voted for Trump, involving words that don't involve respect, because what are we talking about here? Because let's be honest, people like Putin don't respect Trump. They look at him as a clown, right? People like Netanyahu know that his ultimate objective of crushing and wiping out Palestine is much easier with Trump in office, right? People know that, like, people like Zelensky, as you said, should sweat about it because Trump, he talks about things like funding Israel and he's like, we're not funding Americans, right? So that's fair, right? I want to tell people something, and this might sound controversial, right? You are closer to the working class American. You are closer to that illegal immigrant or that man on the street than you are closer to Trump. I'm going to tell you that right now. As far as reality, you are closer to that illegal immigrant than you are closer to Trump. Trump is like an anomaly in society, right? 1, in terms of the fact he's a billionaire, right? But 2, in the sense that he gets away with murder. Trump gets away with murder. In a normal country, Trump would be in prison.
Bro, you say you hate
Do you
Trump.
think people don't realize?
Everyone sit down. You're just spewing nonsense. You're just talking rubbish.
Wait, hold on. What is that? KJ.
Like I said, I don't hate Trump, but what I'm looking at, HH, is what we're looking at, right? As far as his record as a president, right? We're looking at what America, we talk about justice and what America stands for and everything like that. It is incomprehensible that a president can incite a riot, right, against people in what is essentially our our parliament, right? And if someone incited a riot in England, like the Conservatives, like Boris Johnson, when he if Boris Johnson lost an election, or David Cameron had lost an election and told people to go and attack attack the House of Parliament. Do you know the kind of
for me? That's what I can't reason with, and
it doesn't make
sense. So Delta, how does someone who incited an insurrection have a chance of running for office again?
That's literally the issue I'm having with KJ. KJ, where did you see that he incited that his supporters attacked the January 6th?
No,
like, where did he say specifically?
How do I put this? I mean, did he condemn it? One, did he condemn it? Because let me know.
No. Wait, hold on, Delta. Delta. Let's not play dumb here.
Can I say this?
Okay, go ahead.
Can I say this quickly? Regarding what BBC says, Trump has said he will free some convicted of offenses during the riot. He has worked to downplay the riot's significance and recast the hundreds of supporters who were convicted as political prisoners. He continues to say that many of them were wrongfully imprisoned, though he has acknowledged that a couple of them probably were out of control. That is not a condemning of it.
Okay. Delta, do the math here. So I don't feel like, one, we must react and we must show our anger with what I believe was a rigged election. Yeah. The people, wait, hold up. And then the people now go and now have launch an insurrection on Capitol Hill where someone lost their life and you're now attacking lawmakers within there. Then afterwards, you don't unequivocally condemn their actions. That's E equals MC squared is pretty much inciting and encouraging and co-signing that insurrection.
Right, this sounds like a whole lot of assumptions. Like, what are we doing here?
How is
You're just assuming things.
No, but I'm asking.
You're not going over any actual action.
In reality.
Wait, guys. Now we're just guys. Come on. Now we're just using semantics here. Can I say this? So you're saying that Trump was fully against them storming the Capitol Hill in anger of what they believe was a rigged election. Trump was against that.
I wouldn't listen, HH. Let me just clarify this. In some parts, you are right. Like he didn't condemn it fully. That he didn't think it was fully wrong, but he did speak about it and saying some parts of it. Just like as KJ mentioned, there were some parts during that moment where it got out of hands, and I understand that.
Every part from beginning to end.
No, Delta. Just hold. I'll let you finish, but hold on, Delta, real quick. The moment you launch towards the Capitol Hill, it's already going to happen. So before the beating of police officers, defecating on the tables, before we even get there, the moment you step foot on Capitol Hill, that's already an offense.
Wait, I'm confused. Shabby Democrats don't like police. You found someone that was beating police for you and you're complaining.
Okay, I don't. What is he talking
about? Okay, I don't understand. Like
Delta.
The democratic rigmarole is police is bad. You found able-bodied men that went in there to go and beat police, and you're complaining. Like, what is wrong with you? They beat the police.
One question about this whole thing.
I don't think you.
Wait. Hold on. What is the word? J-Twist. Hold on. J-Twist, what's your question? What's your question, J-Twist?
Is it true that when Trump said this stuff, he said to Nancy Pelosi, who was the head of the House or whatever it is, to beef up on security, and she said no? Is that true?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
There was a transcript.
I can't believe you're gonna do this right now.
There's a transcript.
Does it excuse what happened? Question. Does it excuse?
No. I'm not saying it. I'm saying, but if the Democrats are also saying, "Oh, we're not going to be for security," when Trump's literally saying, "Beef up security," what?
Wait, no. I have a
to
question
them as well.
But once again, that does not justify. They didn't need.
Yeah,
that
I'm
in
not
the first
justifying
place.
it. I'm just saying that makes it worse as well.
That's fair enough, right? I can understand your point regarding saying that, right? They probably should have beefed up story. That's honestly, right? My thing is this: he says that I hate Trump. I don't hate Trump, right? I'll say this: just a simple question. Kamala might not have been the right choice for the U.S. presidency, but Trump is certainly the wrong choice for the U.S. presidency.
We cannot agree that to 72 plus million Americans. Look,
what did these Americans vote on? What is it that Trump said
to
improve their right? No, I'm serious. What did Trump say? Right? I know he's a bit. What did
Trump say? Wait, hold on. So Jujuman, what was it? So Cage's question was, what was the messaging, or what did he say that made you? That's his messaging that's connected to you, Jujuman.
the first thing is like with Trump, you get this like feeling where he's the one in charge. With Biden, it's like someone else is telling, like, because we are all in. He lies a lot. First of all, with Biden, and it's like he tells you this. His lies are even worse. I know they both lie, but his are worse because, first of all, we are in wars, and it's like no explanation, nothing. And it's like he pretends like he cares about like the Palestine and that. But with Trump, at least he's, even though he lies, at least he's like upfront, or he's saying he's in charge.
Even though he lies,
but this guy,
that's
is that a
fundamentally contradictory.
no, it's not, because it's like,
No. Hold on. One at a time. Jujuman.
Yeah. And then the other thing is like, let's not pretend here. The economy and the Biden, like the inflation, crazy. This guy was like, this like the last 4 years, economy-wise, like the housing
Once again, how is that his fault? How is that?
He's the one in charge. He's the one in charge.
Yeah,
exactly.
but what did he do?
How is it his fault?
That?
Yeah. We're
how
all wondering, is he even in charge?
But what did he do specifically to make the drive the inflation up? Tell me that. That's the question.
If it wasn't Israel, and if it wasn't COVID, what was it?
Let me tell you, as far as Americans are concerned, you are the president. You're in charge. I don't care. You are the president. So
oh my days.
It all stops at you.
No. But KJ, whether you think what Jujuman is saying is right or wrong,
it's reality.
That's the reality.
In reality.
No, because Jujuman, if you again, I want to be nice here. If you want to be specific about this, there are several external factors beyond anyone's control that causes things like inflation. And they're just there's some things within your control, that are some things out of your control, and it is far more complex than, oh, you're in charge, it's your fault. But the issue though is how people view it. And if the messaging is, you're in charge, I was poor when you were in charge, I was rich when you were in charge, therefore you are better. Now, it's not as simple as that, because life and the economy is far more complex than that. But unfortunately, if you were in charge when I became poor, it's your fault. Mm-hmm. That's the unfortunate reality. You know.
So my thing is like,
one thing I want to wait. Hold on. SK.
So then my thing is like, how are you supposed to like run against illogical conclusions? Because like, to your point, there's literally nothing.
Hold on. One at a time. SK.
No, listen. To your point, there's literally nothing you can say to logically to beat that, right? Like if someone says, hey, like, even though there was a pandemic, even though there was a bunch of shortages, even though there was a bunch of other global events that happened that contributed to the inflation of our economy, you were there. So
no. Because my thing of the whole economy thing is, again, I use the example that the COVID affected the entire global economy. Everybody around the world was affected. So prices got ranked up through everything. So my thing though is that, how is that Biden's fault or anybody's fault of a global pandemic that then had a knock-on effect on the economy?
Because
that's what I want to.
Everyone was affected, but not everyone was affected to the same degree. Okay, that's the real issue here.
Under COVID, when Trump was there, gas prices were so low. People were dying, but I was balling at the mall. Like gas was like $2. Like the malls were empty. Like Gucci were having markdown. I was thriving. Under Biden, but still COVID. Osaka was $8. I have to start to buy Sam's water. HH. Have you ever drunk water that makes you thirsty? After you drink that water from Sam's Club, you have to go and drink water. Walmart, Sam's Club. So all these things.
BJ water.
This guy is not real, bro.
So all these things that people are complaining about. Look, as long as you are president, anything that goes wrong, my nigga, it's you that I'm blaming. So that's why this morning I woke up, I wore my all red. I saw Uncle Dona was president, and I sung Adonai, we worship you, Son of God, you are so good. I was so happy. And now for the only thing I don't support Dona. In fact, they can do the police immunity because right now I'm transracial. I identify as a white man from Alabama. So,
bro, the cops don't give a fuck. They will still pull you over like every other brother. They don't
by the way,
you can call yourself transracial.
Brickman, Missman is a left-wing extremist.
Bro, miss me with that nonsense, bro.
And Jujuman, wait.
Miss me with
because
that left-wing
I'm the
nonsense.
equalizer. I'll call it as it is. And Jujuman is a right-wing extremist. That's just how it is. Jujuman can go to a KKK rally, I'd be like, but they're not really racist. They're just, they're just saying this. And then Hitman might be the surgeon that does sex change in 2-year-olds. That's
So wait,
how
Wing, I have a
extreme they
question.
are.
Wing, I have a question.
Miss me with that. Miss me with that
So,
nonsense. Miss me with
and he
that
has
nonsense,
diarrhea
bro.
of the mouth. He keeps interrupting. Like,
I
you've been
mean,
talking
bro,
since. Why can't you shut up for 5 minutes? Will you die? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, bro?
Okay, so Wing, how do you see the next 4 years for Trump?
Oh, I see a Bentley coming. Yeah. By the time that those 1,200 start to stack up every month, Bentley is coming. So
Wait. So those stimulus checks are still coming under Trump?
Impossible.
That's why I voted for the nigga. He better say that shit coming.
Wait, Wing, I have a question for you, Wing. If by 2026 all you can afford is a Pontiac, what will you be saying about Trump then? What are the streets feeling?
Look. Uncle Donnie never let me down, so I'm confident. But let's say that happens, that nigga gotta go. Like assassination part 2 or something like that.
All right.
Thank
Thank you, Wing. Thank you. So to Delta, you are. What are your emotions for this next phase? Are you hopeful? Do you believe that it's going to be a lot better, or you don't know? Come January 20th, 2025 and above, what are you expecting?
First of all, can we just please stop the narrative that Trump wasn't instigating any war? I mean, let's just take a step back and think about this. Trump sold $8 billion in arms to Saudi Arabia to fight the Houthis in Yemen. And now, we spoke about this earlier, but he recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, which was a controversial move against the Palestinians. He also armed Ukraine and Taiwan. And let's not also forget about this guy, right? Trump. Obama dropped 36,000 tons of bombs in 2016 in Iraq and Syria. Trump in 2017 dropped 37,000 tons. Can we please just stop the narrative that Trump also I forgot to mention this.
Syria.
This guy assassinated, right? One of Iran's military generals, very, very high ranked. And he almost started World War III.
Right?
Yeah, that's his name, Soleimani. So this whole narrative that Trump wants peace is propaganda.
Wait, Delta.
I'm telling you,
question. Isn't that
Yeah,
what led
it
to
is
those?
propaganda.
Isn't that what led to those World War III memes in the beginning of 2020, like right before the pandemic?
Yeah, that's that's exactly what happened. The whole World War III memes came out because Trump assassinated one of the highest general military leaders in Iran's. And my thing is, for the next 4 years, I just can't see him not really plotting an assassination towards one of the highest ranked military commanders or generals, whether it's in Iran or Iraq or Syria.
Hey, PSV, mind if I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna let you know there's some stuff. I know a couple things, but I'll just say that there might be a few things that might pop off. But during his first stint, we did some crazy shit in fucking Syria, like some crazy shit in Syria.
Yeah, because the Russians were killing the Syrians who were protesting against Assad. Then Trump...
So let me bring it. So Football Breakdown says you just grab them by the. All right, thank you for that. Epstein. Actually, what's going to happen with the Epstein list? Is Trump going to wasn't Trump on that boat with Epstein or no?
Dude, I'm telling you that
it's a plane, but he wasn't on the plane.
Oh, okay.
I still think there's some connection with Trump and Epstein, but I won't really delve into it.
Let's not. No, look. See, all I'm saying though is, look, it's easy. It's going to be a very okay. Let me ask you: is this going to be worse than, in terms of just how crazy things will get, crazier than the first term, the same, or not as crazy?
Look, I'll be honest. I think it's going to get worse between the Gaza, because I think KJ mentioned that. KJ, I think you mentioned 7 things that were listed in Trump's priority list, and none of them were the Gaza and Israel war. So he doesn't really care about that. So he's going to let Israel do their thing.
Excuse me, PSG, how is that supposed to be our business? We are all the way in Texas
Get rid of
to
the Department of Education.
One at a time. Just one at a
Wait,
time.
hold on. So, Wing, what are you saying? Wing.
How is Israel, Palestine? How is that our business?
No,
like we are suffering here, we are fighting war with poverty in America. Why do we have to go and focus on that war? There's a war, there's a at-home war here, civil war against poverty. Why should that be a priority for us?
Dude,
you don't understand. Hold on, Delta.
Dude, Wayne, you don't understand Middle Eastern geopolitics. I've been reading about this, and the fact is, if this continues, right, if this war continues between Israel and Gaza, we're going to get involved in this, whether you like it or not. We're going to get involved in this, and there's going to be troops being sent, whether Iran declares war on Israel because the killing won't stop, whether other Islamic countries get involved. We're going to get...
And also, Wing, what you have to realize is that, and this is what every president comes in to office, is that they're much more larger issues. Because these major countries, it's like a 10, 20, 30, 40-year plan. So Israel is like an American proxy in the middle of the Middle East. And it is important that America keeps a very close eye on the Middle East based on oil and just based on the kind of territory that they need to have in that region. So basically, my thing though is that every American president, domestic issues are just as important as international issues. Dare I say, international issues may even be much more important. That is why so much money is put into having that strong army, because organizing the world and being able to manipulate how things are working globally is very important. Bro, why the hell did they go to the Iraq war? That was pure oil. That's what's needed economically.
So, Wing, if you've ever used those...
hold on. Okay. SK and then to KJ. SK. Wing, shut up. SK.
Also, I was gonna say, Wing, if you ever use those FAFSA checks, bro, if there's a war, bro, I'm sorry, we get trapped into that shit.
What? First flight back to Nigeria. What are you talking about?
KJ.
I was gonna say, Wing. Iran is a nuclear warhead and Iran is anti-US. So Israel is the only non-Muslim country in that area of the world. So that's why
Iran has nuclear weapons?
Yes, Iran is a nuclear warhead. So
No. I asked the question, do they have nuclear weapons right now?
Yes, when you're nuclear war, yes, if you're nuclear power.
You mean a nuclear power?
Yes, nuclear power, not nuclear weapons. Nuclear power, right?
So wait, you people are saying this thing. Are you people expected Kamala Harris to do a better job?
What's that? KJ.
So as a nuclear power, what's it called? Being a nuclear power and being anti-American means that they could possibly at one point team up with Russia. And the US, if there's one thing that terrifies the US more than anything, it's Russian ideology, Russian communism spreading, just like it's been for the last 50, 60 years. So every US president has a non-negotiable policy when it comes to Israel, and the US will never let Israel fail, and the US will always protect Israel. There's times in the 60s and 70s when Israel was on the verge of falling, when Egypt could have basically destroyed Israel as a nation, and America stepped in to stop it. So just to let you know, that's Israel's significance to America, and Americans don't really care about Israel.
KJ, I'm actually very, very glad you brought this up about the nuclear facilities in Iran. Let's say I think they're about 60% right now. What you need is 90% of uranium to create a nuclear warhead.
That's not how it works, by the way.
So this is what it says. It says Iran is not known to currently possess weapons of mass destruction and has signed treaties repudiating the possession of weapons of mass destruction, including the Biological Weapons Convention. So
but HH, let me
what we're doing here is what we accuse Republicans of doing, is spreading misinformation.
No, Tao, it's not misinformation. If they do possess nuclear weapons in the future, and Trump literally made that clear time and time again, that Iran cannot, and I repeat, cannot have nuclear weapons. This is going to delve into World War III, whether you guys like it or not. If Iran changed its mind, right, and say, no, we're going to create a nuclear weapon, and the U.S. has to be.
So I mean, basically, Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon. They don't have
right
it
now. Yeah, right now
they
they
don't.
don't. But HH, who knows in the future? One or
no, it's 100%.
They don't even have
they could.
the capacity to build one, bro. They're struggling with civil wars themselves.
Dude, have you not seen the uranium? Dude, it went from 2015, right? It was at 30%. Now it's at 60%. Let's say.
So Tyrus, you're saying that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. That can never happen.
Listen, Iran, the likelihood.
No, I say a simple question. Are you saying Iran can never develop a nuclear weapon for all time? Never.
I might be confusing Iran and Iraq. That might.
But this is like a non-factor question, bro. Like, what does this mean? Like, anyone can have nuclear weapons.
How is it a non-factor question?
No. Sorry, I asked you a simple question. Do you believe that in the future Iran can develop a nuclear weapon? Yes or no?
Anyone, yes, anyone.
Yeah, so yes, that's the whole point. That they don't have one now, but they could in the future.
You believe Nigeria can develop nuclear weapons?
Wing. That's a red. That's a red.
Tao, what you're not understanding is back in 2015 they were at 30% uranium. Now they're at 60%. In a few years' time, they're going to be at 90%, and all you need for you to develop a nuclear weapon is 90% uranium. They're only 30% apart. They're only 30% apart.
Basically, what we're trying to say is that area is way too volatile.
No, and KJ, wait, basically, KJ, hold up. KJ just put it beautifully. That area, Israel, Iran, Syria, extremely volatile, which is why for as long as all of us have been around, because I'm probably older than a lot of you guys, for as long as all we've been around, Israel and America's allegiance to Israel and that region is extremely important. It is extremely important. So any president that comes in, do you know what they know is, bro, Israel and that region, that is high on the agenda. Yes, economy, inflation, everything, but that region is very important because with all of these world powers, you're playing a 20, 30, 40, 50-year game. That's all these world powers, you're thinking 20, 30, 40 years in advance. I told you that this is high-level stuff. This is a high-level stuff way above all of our pay grade. SK, talk to me.
I was going to say, I think what a lot of people downplay is what I like to call the American hegemony, right? Meaning that, like, it's the system of networks that keeps America to be a high-level country, not just domestically, but foreign, like, in, like, foreign affairs. Because I think what a lot of people don't realize too is like when they're like, oh, why are we in these Ukrainian wars? Why do we fight all these proxy wars? Why do they do this? They do these things because they know they need to keep the influence that they have over the world since World War II.
That's why they have air bases. That's why they have military bases everywhere.
Exactly.
So guys, it's the long game, and it's a long game, bro. Which is why all this stuff. Which is why I say, guys, what you need to do is watch this film called Nixon with with Anthony Hopkins, directed by Oliver Stone, because there's just a scene where all of the guys that put Nixon in office, they say, "Yo, bro, we got you here. You best make sure that all of our interests are all delivered." Because let's be real, JFK, we all know what happened with JFK. So my thing is that because guys, there's stuff that we don't know. Guys, we're just talking. There is stuff that is way above our knowledge. So Casey saying that, oh, you're sorry. Casey, you don't know crap. None of us know crap. so Casey, keep up like, yes, none of us know anything. But one thing is true. There are much larger things at play that can't be found on the internet, Instagram, or not on any kind of research paper. This stuff that is about really larger things that are happening within the Middle East, these are what happens in those rooms with 6-7 guys. Where's like, guys, it gets real.
Just tell me my 1200 at the end of the day. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
Wait, hold on. Delta.
I just found this quote, right, from last month.
Barry, that's messed up. Delta, continue. Delta.
I just found this quote from Donald Trump last month, and this is what he has to say about the Middle East. And hear me out with this, HH. Israel must attack Iran's nuclear facilities. That's the biggest threat that we have right now. Hit the nuclear facilities and worry about the rest later. Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. So he wants Israel basically to be in war with Iran. And dude, this is the biggest issue that I have right now. If Israel does go into war with Iran, Iran is not going to be alone. North Korean soldiers are in Russia as we're speaking right now fighting.
That's why I say like
proxy war.
It's like what people have to understand is that, which is why people say, why are you so bothered about US elections about America? I'm like, no, guys. Again, I can't speak on domestic. That's for you guys who live there. But again, I repeat myself, the UN is a bomb-ass organization. Those guys are bombs. 100%. America, they are the UN of the world because they are the world police. So this is about where we are going towards the world in the future. Bro, as someone who lived in England, America said, I'm going to invade Iraq. England had to follow. And that's why in England, Tony Blair was just called Bush's side chick. Because guys were like, well, hang on, Tony, like, why did the UK have to go into Iraq? But they were like, we are their ally, so we have to go. And we all know what that war was about. It was about oil because the real target was Afghanistan.
No, HH, it was not about oil. HH, I want to ask you this. At that time,
Osama bin Laden.
No. It has nothing to do with Osama.
Saddam.
At that time, HH.
Hey, we have reached bin Laden.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on, Delta. So Delta, you said the Iraq war had nothing to do with oil?
No, I want to just hear me out with this. At that time, HH, in 2003, what country was Iraq threatening? It's not the U.S. Iraq has never threatened the U.S. It's not the UK. Which one country has Iraq threatened?
Is it Iran, Afghanistan, or Egypt? One of those?
No.
Israel.
Yes. They've sent ballistic missiles to Israel countless of times. I think they hit one of their embassies.
No. Okay, but Delta, why specifically after September 11th and specifically in 2003, why did you launch the attack then? Why not before? So did Iraq do something in 2001, 2002, 2003 specifically to Israel that says we have to go to Iraq? Because Delta, how do you go to Afghanistan where you know bin Laden is and you just veer off to Iraq? And you then say they have weapons of mass destruction. You now send a UN guy to check if they have weapons of mass destruction. He says they don't. You use your veto to say, who cares? But you still go there anyway, even though there were no weapons of mass destruction. Delta, the math doesn't add up. Talk to me.
Yeah, you know what's funny about this whole 9/11 shit is there was not a single Iraqi part of that hijack team. There was not a single. They're all 19 of them were Saudis. And
I think there was one.
What was that?
I think there's only one because there was Saudi, Iraqi, and
Lebanese,
maybe an Egyptian as well.
An Egyptian, yeah, but there was actually there was not an Iraqi. There was.
It must be an Afghan then.
Yeah, there was not a single Iraqi involved in the 9/11 attack, and I want you to hear me out with this. The only reason that the U.S. got involved in the war with Iraq is because Saddam Hussein, right? His country was the only country capable of inflicting damage to Israel, which is a small country. But they know Israel, with America's help, Iraq has pretty much zero chance of surviving. And they pretty much butchered 1 million people. And with that, we're talking about Iran now. If Iran keeps going and Trump, literally, I just said a minute ago, how he's begging Israel to attack their nuclear facilities. Where's that going to lead into? Are we going to have another Iraq disaster in Iran?
But
we're going to have a regime change?
Delta, do you not see
No. But Delta, so why did they say that to the UN? We want to go for Iraq because they've got weapons of mass destruction.
To get rid of Saddam Hussein, who is a threat to Israel. It's that simple.
Delta, you're doing the same thing right now, bro. You're trying to say they're going to go into Iran because they have nuclear weapons, which are weapons of mass destruction. It's the exact same thing.
I think I have a solution for this problem. I have a simple solution for this problem. Why don't we just bomb Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, just decimate the whole thing and end that chapter.
Why don't we just commit genocide? Why don't we just do that?
Guys, let's be real.
All right, okay, so okay, let me just quickly do. So I'm David C. I'm not reading that out. 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 But actually, you know what? Okay, we'll continue. So shout out to your boy QCA. Even though he lies, he's up front, Juju man.
AJ, you gotta frame that as AJ, you gotta make a hoodie out of that, bro. Please, bro. You gotta sell merch with these.
Even though he lies, he's up front. Look. See, my thing is, look, guys. I mean, put it this way. I mean, these 4 years, man. See, my thing though is, so again, like, so I remember, so when I worked for this news company, so obviously in our office, you know, we had our journalists and everything, and I remember, like, our American journalist was that. It was almost a gold mine for journalists of Trump being there. Because literally every time he'd tweet, we just go live. You know, I remember, like, this American journalist that was my colleague, she was like, bro, like literally, you're literally just like refreshing his Twitter timeline, because every time he tweets, it's something you can go off and everything. So it actually works both ways for the media, because, I mean, everybody doesn't it. So if you're in the media, now, if you're an enemy of his, you may get screwed, because he'll call you out, they denounce you, and he may demean your power. But the flip side is content. You will have so much content, and there'll be so much stuff for you to read about and to talk about. So I actually don't, because the way that it looks as if it's heavily gone to the right. But I do feel like if it's pretty much, America's pretty much split ideologically. So whether it's CNN or CNBC or shout outs to The View, you're going to have traffic. Both ways. Think of it like AFT TV. So people who hate Trump will go to your channel. People who love Trump will go to your channel because they want to see you cry. They want to see you. Bro, some of the channels with the biggest hits are guys that hate Trump. So Jimmy Kimmel's response to the Trump thing, over 1 million views. Because those are guys who want some solace as to, like, what the hell happened? And they're guys who are like, ha, you lost, let me now see you cry your tears. So I do feel like it's the press. Yes, going to be bad, but will it really? Because you're actually going to have content. You'll have because Trump is going to give you so much content, you know. Because I think, wait, isn't his Twitter thing now back?
It's been
so.
Hey, Chase, there's going to be a digital reform. I hope you know that.
There's going to be what?
There's going to be a digital reform. Like this is the downside of everything that's happening, and the Republicans don't actually understand. You know, Republicans cry a lot about free speech and all of that, but like we're literally just walking into a digital reform because.
How so? Explain how so?
There's clear evidence that, you know, during this campaign that, you know, mainstream media, well, not so mainstream anymore, but mainstream media like CNN, MSNBC were peddling information that was just factually incorrect, saying Trump did things he absolutely did not. You know, you extend the clip 2 minutes, they only show you 16 seconds. They factually can show that these things weren't true. Now, Trump can use that as a starting point to go off and do what he needs to do to take control of the media. And then what you end up with is what is essentially, unfortunately, what you end up with is the media being controlled by not the leftists this time, but the Republicans. But the average person isn't going to feel that. The average person is just going to have one-way propaganda for the rest of their life until it changes. And then it flips over to the next party and it's going to be one-way propaganda from the left wing and on so forth.
No, and the CNN only have themselves to blame, because if you did your job properly, you're impartial. And you tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. That's what you should do. But by not being impartial, thinking that, you know what, there'll never be a Trump, so we can always have a narrative. A Trump now comes in and totally, completely reshapes politics, media, and messaging. So because the thing is that for a CNN and an MSNBC, their biggest fear was someone like a Trump. Because just for a president, specifically a populist president, just to say fake news, just those two words, fake news, that's completely destroyed a lot of media. Because by just saying that, again, I don't want to be rude. As I said again, the world is made up of the 99% and the 1%. The 99% are stupid and are waiting to be led and told what to do. The 1% are the intelligentsia, and within the 1% is a war fighting to control over the 99%. So my thing though is that's 99% of people, they just want to be told what is the truth. We need to be led because they can't think for themselves. They can't be independent. So what has not happened with Trump is, okay, you've now, so by him just saying fake news and with the power that he now yields, he can now come and start saying, no, everything that comes from me is the truth. So, like, I mean, and remember, guys, media is moving quickly now. The world in 2025, specifically the media world in 2025, is far more different than when it was from 2016 to 2020. So Lord only knows the amount of power that Trump could wield with a tweet or an Instagram vid or a TikTok video in 2025 as opposed to 2016. So basically, if you're part of the media, it's going to be rough. And they know it. CNN and CNBC, those guys, they know it. I mean, Hitman, do you think the media are effed for these next 4 years? Hitman.
He's going to talk about Elon Musk. But...
Okay. What's it called? KJ, what do you think? Media, are they effed for these next 4 years? How do they deal with it? KJ. KJ?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Fox are obviously celebrating. It's an indictment that's the biggest news channel in this country, by the way. It's a damning indictment of this country. The media, I would say, what's it called? Just because your party loses an election doesn't mean that you stop sort of, spewing the same rhetoric. I don't think because to them it's okay, we'll go again in 4 years, right? We have another 4 years to try and convince people that he's the wrong guy. We have another 4 years to scrutinize every move he makes. We have another 4 years to essentially start again, right? So I think that, like I said, I think that free speech is so strong in this country that like you can't really shut them down. But I think that the Democrats, I'll be honest, I think the Democrats have a lot of convincing to do because they clearly failed in delivering their message this time. It was an overwhelming failure, right? So the next 4 years is essentially about rebuilding, right? Talk about where you went wrong, right? And
can I just ask you something? Again, someone who lives in America.
Of course. Yeah.
So looking at winning the vote, but especially the popular vote.
Of course.
If Trump says CNN, MSNBC, you're not allowed in the White House, and you're not allowed through, and he does that, what's anyone going to say? So we can't see, is there anything to stop him banning specific news outlets from being in the White House or coming to news press conferences?
I think that's an impediment. I could be wrong about this, but I'm not legally sure. I'm not sure if he's legally allowed to do that.
He couldn't do that anyway.
That is an impediment on a free speech.
Okay.
Could do that.
So
yeah, like I said,
it would be something else.
Doesn't mean you stop being scrutinized. I think about it. People, we had Obama and president, and Fox. Obama was president for 8 years, and Fox and all these right wing guys just kept saying he did this, he did that, he's wrong, he did this. So like in that sense, just because Trump is now president, the Democrats are just going to try and scrutinize every move going forward. Fox is just going to enable him essentially as they've done. And
KJ, you know why you are a very, very biased individual. At no point here have you acknowledged that CNN, MSNBC, ABC, BCN, all of them, those guys for the past how many years they have been hounding Donna, they have been hounding Uncle Donna for years. And yeah, I say, for Fox News, they're gonna suck up to Donald Trump.
Wait, shut up. KJ, continue.
Wing, I said they failed in convincing the country, right? They were on the side of Kamala and everything.
Convince what? No, stay. They say that line. Don't twist. Look.
Wait, hold on. The second thing is this, right? If you watch Fox for 5 minutes, right, you would probably your brain would probably explode because you'd be like, how is this even possible, right? It's bizarre. Right?
That's the same way I feel about MSNBC.
But one thing I'll say about this is, right, you're saying they've been hounding Trump. What has Trump done in the last 4 years to warrant anything but being hounded? He's an ex-president who's been through trials, who's been through, who's been through everything. And back, why would he not get hounded? It's
wait, hold on. So, Nomad, Trump and the media. What are you saying? Is Trump going to? And also, hold on. You can't just turn up to political talk, but you don't turn up to Real Madrid getting side pieced by Milan and Barca. Nomad.
And
Nomad, how do you not come to Real Madrid cookouts, but you're coming to Trump saying what's up? Talk to me.
I've been out of town for like a couple of weeks, dude. I'm still out of town. I just woke up. It's 7 a.m. I just woke up, dude. Like,
Look, Nomad, what is it? Okay, Nomad, what is how do you think Trump and the media are going to be? How do you think that relationship is going to be for the next 4 years?
I think the issue is just hold on a second. Yeah, the issue is I think the entitlement that comes from the legacy media. You know, that every single president or even a potential presidential candidate has needed the media, you know, to boost up their PR, to create an image for themselves. But Trump doesn't need that. You know, he has his base and they're going to vote for him and they're going to support him no matter what. In fact, as much as he goes against some of the people on social media, like the way he goes after the legacy media for his base, it signifies him going against the establishment. You know, like he was Hollywood's darling. Like everyone in Hollywood loved him, including Oprah, including all the Hollywood celebrities. You know, they even rented his hotel for Home Alone 2. So they loved him. But as soon as he decided to run for president on a Republican ticket,
they loved him as a businessman, not as their president.
No. They loved him because he was a Democrat. If he ran on a Democrat ticket, they would still love him. It's just a fact. Hollywood is liberal. Hollywood is liberal. California is liberal. And they're like, vote blue no matter who. My football team, your football team. They're not high IQ people. That is just how it is, you know?
See you guys. See you.
Okay,
yeah, Juju, man, I got you. You can go. Yeah. So, HH, that's the thing. Like, the thing is, he has his base, you know, and he's not an establishment politician, so he didn't have to come up through the ranks, garnering support, playing the media game, making connections. He didn't have to do that. He is already a famous person. He just developed his base based on his rhetoric, and now he has that on lock. He doesn't need the media, and I think that's where the people in the media, especially the corporate heads, it hurts their ego. You know, like even Fox, they got rid of so many people, like Tucker Carlson and so many people. They got rid of them, you know, because even those guys were challenging the leadership at Fox. So I think this is a giant, own goal by these media companies, because they're letting him win by having their egos hurt. You know, you cannot get your ego hurt. Like, focus on making money. Like, if you're anti-Trump, focus on how you can make money and get viewership being anti-Trump. Don't let him hurt your ego. Like, you're not entitled to him taking you seriously or giving you importance. You are not as important in 2024 as you were before. Deal with it. And I think the same thing is happening to BBC as well in the UK. They still think they're the BBC of the 70s and 80s. You're not. You're a joke. No one takes you seriously. You don't have the reputation anymore, even 10% of it. And that's just a new reality, you know?
What was it called? Elijah, talk to me. Trump and the media. How's it going to look for the next 4 years?
Yo.
Did you vote Trump?
Wait, 1 second. Isn't ET an alien?
No, ET's yes, but ET's my initials. Come on now. No, I did not. I did not vote Democrat nor Republican.
Shout out to Jill Stein. So what do you think Trump and the media? How is that going to look? Are the media screwed, or you think Trump is going to be like, hey, no harm, no foul. I'll be friends with you. What's up, CNN?
Well, yeah, that, and we also need to talk about the the blame on the third party, we need to talk about that. I felt like a lot of people did not do a good job in political science in school. Continuing with the Trump and media, somebody who worked in media for a couple of years, bro, like I see how local media works. I've seen how, like, especially during when we do like mayor elections and gubernatorial elections, bro, it swings. Everybody has, even the local networks are not owned by, you know, the actual broadcasting companies or the actual corporations. They're owned by affiliates who let them use their names. So, for example, like here in Colorado, Fox 31 is not necessarily owned by Fox. It's owned by a company. See, and that company can be tied to a certain party. That's how it works. A lot of people don't realize that. Trump in the media, I think what's going to be so weird, because he had such a massive presence on social media, he's going to stick with that base. I think I'm really interested in seeing what's going to happen when it comes to the press briefings, when he is speaking to actual network journalists. My biggest concern is it's about him getting back at those guys and basically saying, you guys told me that I wouldn't step foot back in this building.
Yes.
We are. My thing, and it's going to be like, you guys said, you know, I'm a felon, this, that, and the third, which is true. This, that, and the third, but a felon is now the president of the United States. What now? A lot of these networks will be hanging their heads in shame for the next 4 years, because all of these rhetorics, all of these ideologies, their words that have been said, they've been proven wrong. For the first time since television has really been brought out or put in mainstream, the networks weren't really challenged by anybody. The network weren't really challenged. It was like, if you're the quote unquote good guy, they'll praise you, they'll uplift you, they'll do everything, they'll exalt you. But if you were also the bad guy, they also want to put you in that light, like, this guy is not the person, this, that, and the third. Like, that's how it is. Another thing that I'm really interested in seeing, honestly, I'm sorry, I think I'm developing a cold. But my thing is, with him coming back in, I'm really more towards the side of what is his, okay, let me word this right, because I'm trying to make this make sense. People have said, especially his entourage, they were saying that we're gonna, you know, I don't think everything he said in terms of like Project 2025, I don't know if you guys have talked about that already. I don't think everything that's been put out there or everything that's been listed on that on the rhetoric or the booklet or the website,
he has denounced that so many times, it's not funny.
Exactly. I don't think everything is going to happen. I don't think that from 1 to 1,000 they're going to do everything that's on that list. I don't believe that, because the American Constitution is so damn strong and it's so damn complex that you have to be crazy to try to really crumble that and try to make something new.
You know, I think that's probably just more fear mongering from the people, just to try to get people to not to vote for Trump. That, oh my gosh, if you vote for him, he's going to do all this stuff that's going to, like, nah.
My biggest concern, me personally, I also want to give, though you know she fell short, I want to give Kamala a massive credit for her campaign. Me personally.
Facts. Thank you.
107 days. In 107 days, she did, I don't know, over 1,000 rallies, showed up on TV, did everything she could. You have to give her some type of credit, some type of respect to at least get to where she got to.
No, because it's like, look, she was fighting a losing battle, because it's like, because that's what's like, this isn't about her. Like, again, I use the example of like Timo Werner. You're a bad candidate, and we saw that years ago. In 2020, so the issue isn't really, oh my gosh, Kamala Harris and everything. Like, people say, oh my gosh, she's such a, like, to hate Kamala. Basically, to come out and says you hate Kamala Harris, it doesn't make sense. There's nothing to hate. You can say I don't really like about the kind of vitriol or hatred you have towards her. Why? Like, what has she done for you to have hatred towards her? This is about the Democrats being trash.
Exactly. The Democrats failed. I'll tell you where I believe. I'll explain it where I think in 3 separate cases where she failed. Remember, pre-debate, Kamala supposedly came out as a person who was like, okay, like she has a plan, she has an agenda. Post-debate, it then became personal. That's strike number 1. When you're running in an election, don't make it personal. Don't make this about Trump. Focus on the people. Focus on the needs of the people. Focus on the needs of the women. Focus on the needs of the children. She made this about Donald Trump. That's the
and now because like Trump, cool. Exactly. But who are you? What are you about? Why should I vote for you?
Tell us what you want to do. Strike 2. Going on The View, when they asked her, Madam Vice President, what do you believe is your plan for the next 4 years? Kamala Harris sat there for 3 minutes and did not say a word. Then says, well, I don't think I'll change anything. Therefore, you're just carrying Biden's agenda. That's what you're telling us. That's strike number 2. Strike number 3. When you're doing a rally, bring in people. You say you want to do stuff for the black vote, this, that, and the third. Getting Gorilla and Meg the Stallion does not help your rhetoric.
Bad representation for black.
No, hold on. This is a key time bringing up producer. Kamala got lost because she was endorsed by Cardi B.
Yes.
Do you know that the teleprompter didn't work, and she had to use the phone to read off.
Yeah, she got endorsed by horse.
Wait, even when she wrote off the phone, she was struggling.
The only person I gave her validity was President Obama.
Cardi B, Megan, the big 3.
Yeah, and also let's keep it real. Wait, Eminem. So Marsha Mathers is not going to sway my vote. Marsha Mathers in 2024.
Do you know what's sad?
I have a question for Elijah.
Yeah, go for SK.
Yeah, who do you think could have been? Who do you think the most legitimate endorsement is that she could have gotten that she didn't get? That would actually might realistically actually endorse her in the first place.
I think the issue is SK. I feel like our community, in a way, we've put our musicians and
did Oprah endorse her? Just a question.
There's no endorsement. Because I thought we're like okay, what's your SK?
Oprah endorse her?
No, SK. Who else that you know is liberal? Who else could? Everyone endorsed her. Every notable major thing endorsed her, and also also in this sphere, it doesn't get bigger than Obama.
It doesn't
get so. There's nobody you can bring that's bigger than Obama. So,
did Oprah endorse her? Oprah.
Yeah, bro, she did an entire live thing with Oprah. Literally, her and Oprah sat down for 2 hours talking about reproductive rights for 2 hours with Oprah. So it's like, trust me, this is why it goes to the point where there is nothing like this. There's nothing Kamala could have done to have won. The best chance that the Democrats had was Biden steps down earlier and he gets someone like Gavin Newsom or a charismatic leader that is radically different from Biden, Harris, and Trump. That was the best chance they had.
To address SK's question, my biggest thing is, bro, especially as an African American, like I think we give priorities to the wrong things. Does that make sense?
I don't disagree with that.
We give priorities to the wrong people.
More so in short notice, like. What is
why are we acting like she didn't get more votes than Obama, more votes than Hillary? She performed at the standard level. 2020 is the outlier.
But the thing is, even if she performed, I feel like Another thing, you've seen what's been going, especially on X. I'm on X a lot now. You see what's been going on in the last 48 hours, in which I'm not saying all of us, but people we see on our feed, in which black men are being harassed, targeted because that Kamala lost. But when you look at the numbers,
by other black women, by the way.
Exactly. Black men have come out in record numbers.
Also, do you know what's crazy as well? Literally on like my family WhatsApp group, me and my brother are now being attacked by my sister.
What? How does that make sense?
No, literally, my sister's like, no, black men went from down by black, and I met my brother like, whoa. I literally showed my sister, look at the numbers. How are you blaming black men for everything? But she's like, man, no, black women do less, but black men are like, come on, bro. So even my sister is attacking me and my brother for black men somehow, because it now went up to 60%, now has been the bad guys. I'm like, come on.
You know how many times they heard the term bullet?
Wait, hold on, Elijah.
Let's go back to the exit. Let's go back to the exits. Why did Kamala lose? In my opinion, why did Kamala lose?
The white woman.
She did not. Thank you. Kamala did not do. It's not even Kamala didn't do enough. Kamala was never going to convince white women from the age of 24 to 35 to be in her corner. She wasn't going to get that.
That's why I wanted you to put up the age group, bro. The age group, ages. You got to put the age group.
I still, if I can find it, bro, because yeah.
Let's be honest. A woman's gonna be a president in this country. I think in my lifetime, I think it's gonna happen. But it's a matter of getting somebody who resonates to you to become president.
Bro, women of that age group want to have kids, bro. They don't care about abortions.
There we go.
Can I just give an observation?
Elijah, do you think there will ever be a transsexual president in the future?
Relax.
No.
They know the Optimus Prime. Relax.
I'm done.
It's funny because I'm done. It's funny because I'm asking it.
Wait, Delta, I have a question for you, Delta. So, like, okay, like, you know how I know, like, people will make like these jokes about like, oh, like, you know, like, how many oppressed identities is too many oppressed identities, quote unquote, right, or whatever. When people do that shit. So, like, is being black and a woman like
that came out of nowhere?
Is being black and a woman in the same level as being like transgender, like something else?
I get that.
And I mean that like because I think so. Like, do people view it that way? Do you think people view it that way?
No,
not necessarily.
No, hold up. Before we get there, will America ever elect a female president?
Yes, and she'll be a Republican.
Can I talk about it?
Wait, is it a female that was once a man?
No. Full female from birth. Do you think America will ever elect a female president?
Yes.
Shout out to Caitlyn Jenner, man.
Can I talk about it?
Actually, hold on. Let me get this done and come to them. So, what's it called? Shout out to Nabil. Trump is 2-0 versus women. Even Biden. no, but Biden, that's COVID tax.
No,
that's COVID
tax. I think they did something to these votes with Biden. I think they did something.
No, Jason, I'm not doing that. I'm not bringing up that.
Fake, man.
Well, actually, no. Let me come to Sanjar Hussein. Talk to me, bro. Trump winning. Your thoughts?
Hey, man. What's up?
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm not here to say too much.
Wait, hold on. Did they seal the deal? Do you think they sealed the deal?
No, the garbage truck did.
The garbage
truck. Did you see him actually try to enter? The wind almost blew him over.
Have you seen the meme of Kamala in the bin and then Trump
in
the truck?
All right, okay. What's it called? Sandra, keep talking. Sandra,
the LeBron Iguodala meme on.
Sandra, go for it.
You know, I just wanted to say, you know, with Trump winning, the surprising part. My name on the screen, NYC, right? I'm based in New York, and what's really interesting with this election is that Trump, I think, if I'm not mistaken, gained about 400,000 voters from the state compared to the last election, which Biden, I think, you know, obviously New York is very liberal, even upstate New York, not just the city, even parts of Long Island. But this time, like the county I live in, Queens County, it's in New York City. I think if I'm not mistaken, the 2020 election, Biden won the county by 70%. And this time Kamala only won it by 60%. And basically 40% of Queens County voted for Donald Trump. And numbers like that haven't been seen since like the 80s. Like not even just like the 2000s.
So why do you think that is? Why the huge spike?
Yeah, so I'm gonna mention one group like, specific to New York, and it's Chinese Americans. Chinese Americans, they feel like there's been no support from the Democrats at all. And not even just Chinese, also like Punjabi Americans from India, and also Bengalis, these kinds of groups, and especially like the Bengalis, these, I'd say probably after African Americans, they are very pro-Democrat, since the days of like Nixon and Kissinger together, when they had a war there. But now you see these 2-3 groups, especially with the Chinese, the Bengalis, the Punjabis, they're all switching. They don't feel as if Democrats listen to them enough. We already have a joke of a mayor who was already like ousted, not too long ago, a few weeks ago. And then you also have like issues with the state governor that's also Democrat. The state governor before our current one, Hochul, his name was Andrew Cuomo, and he had to leave because he was accused of like groping someone, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So like everyone's looking at, New York politics in the city, and they're just seeing like it's just all over the place. Like as if you can't really trust any of these politicians because the mayor's out, out of the city partying. He's on these boats. He's out there saying like, I'm going to release rappers from jail, try to ask them, how can we tackle crime in the city, that kind of thing. And then, when you look at specific Chinese Americans, what their issues are, one of the things, for example, I can look at is like hate crimes. They feel like there's nothing being done to tackle that. And the same goes with Bengalis. It's gone to such an extent, like people are being pushed off train tracks, getting hit by trains and dying. And just
Wasn't
today,
there a trend? Wasn't there a trend called Stop Asian Hate?
Yes, Stop Asian Hate. And the attacks are still happening today in Manhattan, especially. There was a shooting in Manhattan today, if I'm not mistaken, in the morning. And this is supposed to be the the state with the strongest gun rights. The strongest
So do you believe Trump's policies is going to improve New York and the situation in New York?
I think it can, but I will say with Trump winning, in the last governor election, it was very close. I think the governor who won as a Democrat only won by 500, 600,000 votes. And like I said before, everything's just getting closer. It's as if, sooner or later we're going to have a Republican mayor, a Republican, governor. And that's all because of Trump. They're looking at him. Everybody's looking at him, especially in my county. Like things have changed like crazy. Latinos are starting to support Trump. Indians, Bengalis, Chinese, they're all starting to support Trump. You still have, white communities. They've always been Republican. So I think with him and him being from New York, everybody's going to look at that and say, hey, maybe it's time that, we stop with this liberal nonsense and actually, vote for some change. Because things in this city, like they're not getting better. And if you have people in, what is considered the most important city in the country, switching, like 400, 500,000 people switching from, Democrat to Republican, then yeah, I think this state is going to change. And I think Donald Trump's going to do whatever he can to make sure, because I think the governor election is like next year or something like that. He's definitely going to have some influence.
Okay, so let me. No, this is because we have to roll. So, last thing, and this is definitely the last thing under here, and this.
Can I just make an observation?
Wait, Cross, we have to go. Last question because we've been here for too long. So last question, and we're out of here. Now, this may be a little bit morbid, but I've got to ask it anyway because it is what it is. And my name is Havopa, and I asked you uncomfortable questions. Is there another assassination attempt, and does Trump see out these 4 years? Do you think someone tries again to assassinate him?
Yes.
Okay. Are they successful, or does he survive another assassination attempt?
No, he has full armor.
Well, listen.
Hopefully not.
The problem with your question is whether they're successful or not. Is really dependent on where Trump is going to be, where he's going to rally at, or where he's going to hold a speech at. Now, if it's, I would say, like Butler, Pennsylvania, where there's not many security guards, it's pretty much open, and there's a clear view. It's all about the view. There's a clear shot that you can take against Trump. Then you got to lean more to success, like he's going to get assassinated. Now, if there's heavily guarded, if there's cameras everywhere, then you got to lean towards they're going to catch the person before the assassination attempt. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's all dependent on where it's going to take place.
So everyone here believes that those assassination attempts were real and it wasn't staged.
I think, yeah, but I don't know how the first guy fumbled the bag.
Yeah.
Divine intervention.
And the way he even got on top of that building too.
Final, bro.
No. Look, no. You see, my thing though is, I mean, there were two that was happening before it. Is that, I mean, bro.
I mean, he's
okay. Based on how well he gets, I think there's going to be at least one attempt. Within this first, there's going to be that one attempt. Whether they're successful or not, okay. Hopefully they're not successful because you can't wish death on anybody. That's crazy. But I do believe that there is going to be an attempt, and it's. And also, if it's present now, you have way more protection now.
Yeah, I was gonna say one short thing that one of the guys who tried to kill him was found like in Ukraine. So my thinking was, if he does try to put in, a stop to the war in Ukraine, could something happen afterwards? Like, could someone try to get him right after? If you have one guy,
assassin was also caught on live stream with Gideon trying to recruit people to a Ukraine effort. Just put that up there.
I mean, yeah, no. Look, I mean, you see, my thing is, look, see, as I said again, it's all dependent on how these next few months are going to go. Because let's be real, and this is what you learn: there are cycles on either sides of the spectrum. There are, so whether it's from the left or the right, there are cycles. So, and all it takes is just one freaking cycle. All it takes is just from one cycle to be like, F it. I'm just going to go for this guy.
Trump says that he's inciting an insurrection, though, when he says that, okay.
What? What do you say? What do you say?
Yeah, but when Trump says that there's good and bad people on both sides, he's an evil person. It's like, come on.
No. He said no. When people are carrying tiki torches and are clearly racist and says they are fine people on both sides, that's crazy.
Wait, also, didn't he
that's what's wild.
Isn't he arrested by Hulk Hogan, who's a literal, actual racist?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
listen.
Yeah, that was just Trump. No. See, here's the thing. Is Trump an outward racist? Not necessarily. But what I call it, he's an opportunist. If racists can help him, he's going to ride with them. Trump, he's the classic opportunist. Anything that's going to help me get what I want to get, I'm going to ride with it.
Hold on. Go back. There's an interview that's here on YouTube. I think it's from 1995, 1996. Where Trump, he was partyless. He wasn't thinking of politics or anything of that sort. He was thinking of trying to recreate a football league at the time. The question was asked to him about politics. He did say, I will go with the party that likes me best. He told it clear out. He said it. He literally said that. He was a Democrat for a little bit. Then he flipped over to the Republicans. He noticed that the Republicans liked him more, and he took it to the House.
That's why I say, like, again, I don't want to try to say people are stupid because that's wrong and everything. So I don't want people to take this the wrong way. But Trump thinks most of the people that vote for him are stupid.
Damn.
Again, I don't want to sound rude or wrong, but Trump, most of the people that these MAGA guys, he thinks you're dumb. And he is just using you for his own gains. He doesn't respect most of you people. He doesn't. And he thinks most of you guys are dumb and stupid. And he realizes how stupid you are, which is why it's very easy to have clear messaging to get you on his side. Again, I told you, 1%, 99%. That is the nature of the world. It's the 1% to the 99%.
Yeah, but hold on a second. All the Democrats had was Orange Man bad. Do they respect the people, really? They think they're saying Orange Man bad and abortion is going to make men vote for them?
Wait. Okay, hold on. See, shout out to Rage Against the Machine, best band of all time. There are no good guys here. Democrats, Republicans, this is not good versus evil. These are two evils and two different kinds of evils. Bro, do you think Democrats respect their base? Heck no. So basically, the whole point is the machine, the entire machine is poisoned. The whole thing of politics is poisoned. So see, here's the thing. This is similar to João Felix. The idea of Trump is better than the reality of Trump. Like the idea of Trump is amazing. Of like, bro,
he scored a brace. Respect him. He scored a brace.
Who's got a brain?
Guess Noah.
Oh, Trump gonna making it okay hard for men.
Well,
Yeah,
you want to know what the problem is? They live vicariously through him. You know what's the problem? The reason he convinces them so easily is because they live vicariously through him.
Yeah,
like I said,
and also Trump, and Trump, he knows this. He knows that, bro. These guys, if I just give these guys this right messaging, they'll be eating out of my hands because most of these guys are stupid.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Now, if I'm a politician, I can't say that because that's political suicide. But because I'm just a random bum from YouTube, most of those guys are dumb. Most of those MAGA guys are stupid. And Trump knows they're stupid and knows the messaging to get them on his side. Sorry. I mean, it may sound wrong, but sorry.
Most Democrat voters who think that women can have penises and men can get pregnant are dumber as fuck. More than MAGA.
I'm not gonna lie. Most people that vote Democrat,
they're having tampons in men's bathrooms.
Wait. Okay, why are we doing what's about Tuesday? I just told you that it's about the 1% and the 99%. The 1% are the leaders, the Democrats, the Republicans, the people who now rule Republicans and Democrats. The 99% are the voters and the regular people who most are dumb.
Exactly, but I've never heard you saying that leftist politicians think their voters are dumb, and most leftist voters are dumb as shit. I've never heard you say that.
So let me say it concisely. Republicans and their Democrats, they believe most of their voters are stupid. Hence why they have messaging, very simple messaging to rally them up and get them through. Because most people, I'm sorry, are stupid. So
they know how to be chameleons. They know who to appeal to. They know who to what to say to specific groups. Like Trump can't speak to certain groups the way he speaks. He talks to his rich Republican friends differently than he speaks to a fucking hillbilly in the middle of nowhere. He's not.
Wait. Look, Trump had a show called The Apprentice. Trump, hold on. Where's Noma's thing? Trump was in the WWF, bro. He's an entertainer. Okay, the guy's an entertainer, bro. That's funny. This is all an act. It's all an act. And he knows it's an act. It's an act.
He knows it's a popularity contest.
Yeah. And I'm also crazy that you're doing a popularity contest with politics. The realest, most serious thing in life. Which is what is crazy. Guys, it's been real. I'll see you guys on the next one. One love. Bye.